Drivers, start your reading. Motor Sim Racing Magazine is the first and only magazine dedicated to sim racing. Every month we'll be covering the hot topics around the world of sim racing. So if you're looking to be in the know, go to www.motorsimsracing.com. You will find articles from your favorite drivers, leagues, and other prominent people in the sim racing community. Want an update of your favorite league? We got it. Want to learn the basics on finding a perfect league for you? We got it. Want to know more about how leagues are run? We got it. So remember, when you want to know what's going on in the sim racing world, go to www.motorsimracing.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here. We are live at Homestead, Miami, Florida here for the season finale of ExtremeMotorsports99.com, and it is going to be electric. Tonight we crown a champ here in ExtremeMotorsports99.com's Cup season. Please, everyone, welcome tonight, OSR Network. I'm Joe White up here in the booth, accompanied by Ryan W. Daniels. Ryan, it is going to be one heck of a show. We got a 3-car battle. How you doing tonight, man?
I am doing awesome, man. Tonight is going to be exciting. Cannot wait to get underway. You talk about having a battle of the heavyweights. It truly is here for the finale. It's going to be, as you just said, down to 3 drivers, 9 points separating the top 3, 2 of them tied for second place. That is the points leader, Bobby Chaney. Second place, Jake Nichols, and tied with him for second place right now is David Shutt. Those 3, either 3, have a major chance of winning tonight's championship.
Absolutely. 9 points separated away. And last week, well, I'll tell you, throughout the chase, a recap, we started at Talladega. And at Talladega was a awesome race there. As we saw Bobby Chaney pull it off. Jake Nichols finished like 4th or 5th out of that one. But Bobby Chaney, Mr. Consistency, and the SRA camp came out of there head on top. Jake Nichols fired back with a win, but Mr. Consistency was right there on his tailgate in second place in our second race of the chase. Third race, though, Saw disaster for the one, Jake Nichols, as Bobby Cheney finished second in that affair. And man, I tell you what, Jake Nichols got caught up in a wreck late in the race, finished like 14th or 15th, got himself in a hole, fired back in race 4 to get here within 9 points coming into the night's race. Homestead, you're right. Battle of huge proportions. We've got the heavyweight team hitters here, like Ryan said. SRA, Sim Racing Authority, those guys unpacked at the beginning of the season. And when they did, they came here with a purpose to dethrone the man called Superman, Jake Nichols, and company, Solar Flare Racing. That company over there is nonstop as usual. Ryan, I tell you, it is just one of those things, man, that gives you goosebumps thinking about it. I'm pumped up here because we're at Homestead. Anything can happen, and it's probably going to happen here. As right now, Jake Nichols, the man on point, he is trying to, but look at Bobby Cheney starting fourth. He is not letting go here. As do you think, man, there's a slim margin or whatnot that, hey, Bobby Cheney can walk out of here as the champ?
I mean, obviously with a 9-point advantage, to make it simple for anybody who is maybe not in depth with how the point system works here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com, it is exactly the same as the NASCAR, all of NASCAR's divisions, essentially. Every point is, or every position is worth a point. First place is obviously worth a max of 40 points. If you lead a lap, that's a bonus point. Leading the most laps is a bonus point. And I don't know if they get a bonus point for winning, but essentially, if Bobby Cheney, let's say Jake Nichols, wins the race and leads the most laps, if Bobby Cheney finishes 6th place in this race, no matter what anybody else does, he will be your champion. So if Bobby Cheney does not finish 6th or better, there's a chance he can lose the championship tonight, which is still a tall order, asking for that close to a, not just a top 10, but as close to a top 5 as Bobby's going to have to be to win this championship.
Well, I'll tell you what, last week, those guys and cats, they did what they had to do. They came out here and performed. We call it Mr. Consistency for a reason. Right here. Waylon Lamb out there in the chat says no brainer. Bobby Cheney. I'll tell you what, we have definitely got the fans here tonight. Love each and every one of you because it has been one thriller of a season here. As me and Ryan has called this action nonstop throughout this whole entire 15 race season. And here we are. We're sitting here at the end of it. It started back in December. We're going to end it here tonight in April. And then we're going to kick back off next month as they're going to see us here. Hey, you're going to get tired of us, I know, eventually. Got to, but you're going to see us again here Wednesday night, Thursday night. It's going to be at Electric. We got the Xfinity and the Cup. Definitely check out Dre Broadcasting as they're going to bring the K&N and the Truck Series for you. But right now, we still got one to settle here, Ryan. Tonight, Homestead Miami Speedway, ExtremeMotorsports99.com, Cup Cars, excitement out here. I tell you, we have got 22 of the best drivers, actually 21 of them, of the best drivers out here that Extreme has to offer. Can't take anything away from any of these guys. And right now, Jake Nichols, he put it on point. He knows what he has to do. Win, period. No matter what he does, he needs to win coming out of here. And really, what other strategy do we need to talk about other than, hey, just needs to win?
Yeah, there is no strategy in this race. Jake Nichols, basically, as you just said, to retain the championship for the second straight season at ExtremeMotorsports99.com, Jake Nichols has to bring his absolute A game to the finale. He has to do everything he can to win this race and at least lead a couple laps. If he isn't going to lead the most laps tonight, let's say Nate Trito breaks through and this is the race that Nate Trito finally wins, for example, Jake at the very least has to lead a lap and knows that Bobby has to finish behind him by at least 8 spots by that point. Because as I said, as long as Bobby Cheney runs in the top 7 or 8, no matter what anybody else does, this championship is his.
Well, absolutely right. Well, we want to welcome all the fans and viewers out there tonight. We're here, season finale, ExtremeMotorsports99.com, and it is here, folks. We're crowning a champ tonight here in the Cup Series, as it's going to be electric and exciting. 21 of the best here in Extreme. We're live, OSR Network, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch tonight. Hey, if you're over on the Facebook Live, Twitch side, shoot a like, share, and a message over there. I'll get with you after the race, and definitely, man, I love hearing from you. If you're on the YouTube side, jump in the chat over here. Enjoy it. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you're looking for. We love each and every minute of it. Tonight, we got a star-studded field here. I'm kind of, maybe if I kind of maybe seemed a little reamed up here, man, and excited, Ryan, as I normally, I guess everybody always says I normally am anyways, but it's probably because I am. We got great things. I'm very thankful for a lot of things on. Actually, we crowned a champ last night. We're racing for a cause. Ryan Nolan over there and the late model action there at Bristol, Tennessee was awesome. Hey, we had an awesome time at Bristol 2 nights this week at the Monday Night Thunder. Birdie's Construction on Monday. Grand National presented by Motorsports Racing Magazine on Tuesday over there at Bristol. And then the Sunday night, we was at Michigan and the Racing Freaks, man, at Bristol again. There on last past Saturday. So, man, it's been a heck of a week here, Ryan. And we're just capping it off here with another one. It's just tonight's Homestead. You could just feel it in the air here. I feel it anyways, that these guys, I went and talked to the drivers. I went down to Solar Flare and SRA, and I talked to both of them. And you could feel the electricity and the, what's the word I'm looking for? The urgency and the excitement in their voices of, hey, one of us is coming out of here a champ tonight. And Jake Nichols, although he's usually pretty calm, cool, and collective, we know that, Ryan. He knows in the back of his mind the only thing he can do at this point is win this darn race, lead the most laps, stay out of trouble, and no matter what Bobby Cheney does, that's really all he can do.
Yeah, and that's 100% true. I mean, the only thing Jake can do is win this race. But he knows just as well as anybody, as I said, if Bobby Cheney comes out of this with anything basically 6th place or better, it didn't matter what Jake did. It was just Bobby's year. Bobby Cheney has come alive in the chase. He won at Talladega, and he's just been, we call him Mr. Consistency for a reason. He not only showed that consistency throughout the entire regular season, but he has not faltered in this chase. When it has mattered the most, Bobby Cheney has been there at the end of all these races, just putting himself in the right spot. It killed Jake Nichols to get involved in that crash was it last week or the week before? I think it was the week before. I was not here. Yeah, I was not here last week, so it was the week before. That is what has put Jake in this position. If Jake could have one moment in the entire season back, if he could put it this way, Jake Nichols is basically wishing right now he would give up one of those prior wins in the regular season to have that finish back, to be able to not be in this kind of a detriment, especially considering even with him winning last week, Jake Nichols did, he's still going to have to fight from a 9-point deficit.
But I have to turn my mic back on. So everybody can hear. Nate Trito's there sitting in second spot starting that. Now I've just noticed something in here that actually is probably going to have points implications. I used the word that everybody loves. It's don't see Tyler Sifford here. He must have, school or work came up. But I do not see Mr. Popularity in the field right now, and he's in a tight battle with Mike Rominger, Mr. Extreme.
Yeah, Tyler was the last mathematically eligible driver based on the vehicles we have in the field now. Tyler would have needed Jake, David Shutt, and Bobby Cheney basically to all wreck out within the first number of laps and win the race to win the championship. Would Tyler Sifford, but you are right, he is not in the field, and the two most recent and late entries that we have are Jeffrey Creek and his 42 machine, and Aiden Young has just joined the field as well, putting us at 22 cars for the field.
Absolutely. Well, we haven't talked much, but David Shutt, the nightmare himself, don't count him out. He is tied, folks. Let me repeat that. He's tied right now. He's the other guy in the catbird seat here, so to speak, that actually could spoil the show of Bobby Cheney and Jake Nichols. Hey, he wins this race tonight. Guess what? And Bobby Cheney, you know, like you said, falls out of 6th, 8th, 9th place or so, or out of the top 10, let's just say. He could be crowned champ because if he wins, he's going to get the points over Jake Nichols.
Exactly, and I mean, the only thing that would, obviously in the event of a tiebreaker, it's going to go down to wins, which Jake Nichols has the tiebreaker by a decent margin, but, I mean, David Shutt, he is. In this circumstance, you'd almost have to envision David Shutt, even though we start in points, as the underdog here. We've seen how good David can be, but will David Shutt put it all together tonight? And you're right. He could definitely spoil the show. We're talking about Bobby Cheney. All he has to do is this. And we're talking about Jake Nichols. All he has to do is this. David Shutt's in the same exact boat as Jake. He has to get up front. He has to lead laps. He has no choice. Otherwise, his teammate is just going to walk away with the championship.
Well, so absolutely. Well, what we're looking at then, folks, then you're looking at two guys that's going to be in a dogfight. David Shutt, Jake Nichols has nothing to lose coming in here, so to speak. Jake Nichols is usually not in those uncharacteristic for him to be in those shoes right there, so to speak. How much time we got left before we go green flag, Ryan?
We have about a minute left until they grid up, and I am actually going to run real quick and grab my cell phone charger so that I can talk with the chat throughout the race, so I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good. Well, I'm going to get these folks pumped up, and I'll tell you what we was talking about right here. So Jake Nichols and David Shutt right there, we call him the Nightmare. He's going to try to give every one of these drivers and Jake Nichols and Bobby Cheney nightmares that he could take this, spoil the show, take the championship and the win tonight here at Homestead Miami Speedway for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. If you don't have your refreshments, if you hadn't pet your dog, if you hadn't talked to your neighbor, told your wife good night, tell your kids, man, put them in bed. You might want to, because we're about to rock and roll here and have one heck of a show here live tonight at Homestead. We're crowning the champ, a winner, and it's so easy to sit here and say the Superman's going to walk away with it, but tonight it's an unsure thing. He has to win. It's all or nothing for him and David Shutt. Bobby Cheney's got to play the Mr. Consistency, although we know what he likes to do. He wants to win. So SRA camp has came here and done what they wanted to do. They have upset and put a blanket here. Folks, we're about to get set here to go gridding tonight. Homestead Miami Speedway. And like I said, if you ain't excited and pumped up for this one, I don't know what's going to get you pumped up, because it's about to be extreme right here. Get ready for some awesome racing. Without a doubt, let's go through the grid in order here. Live tonight here on pole, Superman himself, Jake Nichols. He's trying to win 2 in a row back-to-back championships. Hard Charger Nate Trito starts in second right there. Jonathan Kryptonite Shipman in third. Bobby Cheney, the man who's in control right now, Mr. Consistency, starts in fourth. Cameron Hearn right there in fifth. Tyler Ducharme, he's another SRA who could play favorites here for teams, Team SRA, so to speak, starts in sixth. Delonte Ballard, the showstopper, starts it in seventh. David Shutt, the other SRA camp guy, vying for a championship, could be the man who spoils the show for both of them. The Nightmare himself starts in 8th. James Thorndike starts it in 9th. And there it is, Mr. Extreme. Mike Rominger rounds out the top 10. So as we go through the rest of this field, Ryan, man, I tell you, it's just the electricity starting to build. These guys, if the goosebumps, the nerves, the butterflies in their stomach, it all comes down to this 15 race season. We put a champion on the board tonight here. Loving every minute of it. I hope the viewers are. I hope y'all are about to get set here, because, man, it's going to be like no other here. ExtremeMotorsports99.com.
Man, you know, and it's, you talk about excitement. We have had it where I have been very excited up in this booth before. I am trying to be very restrained right now, because this is going to be an absolutely fantastic race. I really believe that. I you know, so much on the line. If you set 3 drivers that you wanted to have to fight for a championship at the end of the season, I don't think you could have handpicked a better 3 than Jake Nichols, David Shutt, and Bobby Cheney, based on what we've seen, not just in the chase this season, but throughout the season as a whole.
Yep.
And I do want to just take this time to say real quick to you and to all the fans, Joe, thank you guys for you, Joe, first, because I wouldn't have been up in the booth this season if it weren't for you. You talk about we started this back in December. December 1st was the first broadcast I ever did with you. I have loved every second of being up here. I'm so happy to be able to call this race. Been so happy to be up here all season, and I want to thank the fans who have watched and supported Joe and I this entire season for all your support. You guys make it so worth getting on here each and every week to be able to do this.
Absolutely. Well, man, I know all the viewers out there appreciate it. As always, man, listen to these. We got, like you said, 23 now of the best that Extreme has to offer. They're about to storm out, and I'll have to talk about it in a few. Did not know he was going to do it. You got to thank Alan J. Elwood for the paint job on Delonte Ballard's car. But folks, hang on to your hats. Pace car is coming around here. He takes that hard left turn. Tonight, Jake Nichols, the Superman himself, he is going to hammer down right here. Him and Solar Flare Racing on the front row right there. And as they go off in turn number 1, they are storming off. Jake Nichols knows what he's got to do. Win and win only. That is pure thing right there. But Bobby Chaney, don't count him out. And Jonathan Shipman did not get the start he wanted.
No, he didn't. He didn't get the start he wanted. And when they went down to turn 1 and 2, Jonathan Shipman actually got on the apron, got that 23 machine very loose. He goes all the way from the top 3 starting spot to dead last on the field here by the end of lap 1.
Absolutely. Well, right now we're looking at it. He's way back in the back. Right now, Jake Nichols, the man out front. Nate Trito, hard charger right there behind him, but looking very good. Bobby Chaney, though, in 3rd spot. Folks, if he holds right there, as long as he has no penalty points or whatnot, it won't matter. It won't matter what Jake Nichols does tonight. He will not walk out of here a champ, unfortunately. And I tell you, that is different circumstances that we're not used to seeing, so to speak. And Jake isn't used to seeing that either. So right now, though, David Schutz, a man in 6 spots. So we're going to be looking at it all night long. Team SRA is sitting 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Let me repeat that again. Wow, Ryan, I just noticed that. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yeah, the SRA guys have shown up here tonight. The entire team is in the field. Bobby Chaney, Tyler Ducharme, Delonte Ballard, David Shutt, and Justin Gable currently running 11th in his number 13 machine. That team has just been strong all season long. Every one of them has a win other than Justin Gable. And you know Gable would like to get that win tonight if it helps his championship-leading teammate also win the championship if he had the opportunity to do so. But you can't say enough, not only with how strong they've been all season, but how strong they already are tonight, having 4 of those cars in the top 6 already. Absolutely.
Well, hello, Becky. How you doing out there? We're off racing right now. Jake Nichols trying to do that. I'm showing off, I guess I'm going to have to pet myself or be a little biased here. I'm kind of showing off Delonte Ballard's paint job, and then I got to give a hats off there to Alan J. Elwood, who painted that. Trying not to get too emotional, but it is kind of cool to see that.
Oh, dude, I love it. That's so cool. And it does. It means a lot to you. It means a lot to me. There's just a lot of good feels up here in the booth right now. I would say it's been a lot of fun, like I said, to be up here all season. And right now, these guys putting on just a hell of a show. As all these guys, from the front to the back, keeping it really clean, racing the wheels off these cars. But as you mentioned before, Bobby Chaney doing exactly what he has to do. As long as he stays in that spot, Jake can lead all the laps he wants. It's not going to make much of a difference. And I do want to give a call real quick. There is a second, still a second battle that we haven't really talked about yet tonight, and haven't talked about at all. It's the Rookie of the Year battle.
Now. Yeah, keep us informed on that now.
Yeah, the Rookie of the Year battle between Richie Evans and Aiden Young. Richie currently finds himself in 11th spot. Aiden, a late race entry, finds himself in 18th right now. I don't know who's currently leading the other in the points. I'd have to take a look at that, but that is still a battle that can be contested between those two for Rookie of the Year, as far as guys who came up from the Truck Series last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So definitely keeping an eye on that as well tonight.
Well, right now, Homestead brings about it a little bit, and we talk about the track somewhat. Homestead brings about it some good racing here. They're fanned out. They're being very respectful. As I say that, I'll go back here to the back. We're the number 12 of Damian Crump. You got David Elliott, and them guys back there are just pounding on each other. you know, racing very hard. Is one's in the wall right there. That's Aiden Young in the wall. And I noticed him. He did say earlier he's going to be a little bit of a trader. He's in a Toyota.
That boy ain't no trader. I want to give him a lot of props for that paint job. That is a legitimate sponsorship out there tonight. We at Iceman Motorsports, both Aiden and I, both want to thank Gil Toyota for jumping on board and sponsoring us for as far as the future holds right now, Iceman Motorsports. So Aiden out there happy to represent Gil Toyota and Sensi, which is the sponsorship by his mom in what she does. So definitely got to thank Gil Toyota and Sensi for the sponsorship on that 09 machine here tonight.
Yep. Well, we're showing the paint job right there. Looks very good. Like you said, Gil Toyota on the front end, Sensi on the back end. Right now, Aiden Young, he was a late entry, so he didn't get to qualify. Currently 16, trying to move through the field. But right there, man, you see these storm of cars, and the best battle on the track is the guys back there, Nick Hunt, Michael R. Moeller. There's some other guys, man, that are real tight in points. We haven't talked about it. I know we're getting up on with the championship and whatnot, and right now we'll keep you up on the line with that, as right now Jake Nichols is still. But there's a tight one back there between Nick Hunt and Michael R. Mueller. I mean, we've got the 7th, 8th, and 9th spots still that are pretty tight back there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these guys are just under a blanket, and it's kind of like what we're seeing, you know, the field is kind of turning into some groups right now. You obviously have the 12 car of Damian Crump fighting with Aiden here at the back in front of them. Like you said, you got about a 4-car battle between Michael Mueller, Nick Hunt, James Thorndike, and Jonathan Shipman leads that next group, and then the next two in front of them are the 88 of John Houston and the 3 of Richie Evans.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, we are too, Becky, because, you know, unfortunately, you know, I hate it. We understand life things come up. He has to do, you know, hey, the kid is doing very good in school and everything he's doing in life. We understand that. It's unfortunate. I know him and Mike Rominger was having an extreme battle there. I think it's for the 4th spot, I believe,
yes,
in
sir.
Points. So, you know, just unfortunate. But, hey, definitely, man, Mr. Popularity out here. I call it Mr. Popular, and everyone knows what I'm talking about. It's Tyler Sifford. Right now we're riding along with old Michael R. Mueller. He's on the inside there, side by side with the 00 and Nick Hunt, Ryan.
Yeah, side by side back there is the 00 of Nick Hunt and Michael Mueller as they continue to battle. And again, behind them, still battling, is the 09 of Aiden Young, the 12 of Damian Crump, actually now battling with the 18 of David Elliott. And these groups that are fighting, that's the best thing that some of these groups can see, or to see some of these guys side by side, because it'll bring those bigger groups ever closer to trying to make up some more spots.
Absolutely, right there, the old battle, man, from a long time, Ford versus Chevy, right there. Nick Hunt and Michael R. Mueller, they're getting it done. They're nose to tail battling it out, folks. I tell you, let's look behind them, just a few right here, and Aiden Young's right behind him. We're under caution. Oh, that's David Elliott.
Yeah, we've got a big pile up on the front straightaway. The 12 car looks like he just kind of got loose coming off the corner and clipped the rear end of the 18 on the straightaway.
Well, let's go back and watch. That'd be Damian Crump right there. As we were just
Yes,
watching
sir.
to the field. I hate to see that. Go to a wide angle here. They were door to door back there. I'm feeling maybe, you know, we haven't really talked about it too much, Ryan, this track. Oh, he just lost it. 12 lost it, and then nowhere to go. Met a hard hit on the 18. Woo. Oh, Matthew Wazenbach, nowhere to go. Got clipped. He's one that's been doing really good here lately also. Yeah, just one of them deals where a lot of guys know where to go. So, we haven't really talked about much about this track here, Ryan, as far as Homestead. After a while, if we get the long green flag, these cars are going to want to go straight up the track. You know, rim riding it around here.
Yeah, these cars tend to get very, very tight around here at Homestead. I really love Homestead Miami Speedway myself. It's one of my favorite tracks to drive on iRacing, but I have never actually competed here in a cup car. But from my understanding is that they do, in fact, get extremely tight going around here as the tires wear. So that's why you're going to see every time a caution comes out, basically all these guys are going to come to pit road.
Absolutely. Well, let me know how the sounds out to y'all, how the stream looks, how me and Ryan's looking, level-wise, everything. Man, I know I want to appreciate the viewers out there, and that's awesome, man. Hey, I still want to appreciate Becky being out here. I know, Tyler's not out here. And, again, like I said, I want to appreciate, man, myself up here in the booth along with Ryan W. Daniels. I want to thank you for being here. And man, it was a cat fight coming off the pit road there.
Yeah, major dog fight to get out of the pit road, and James Thorndike, I believe, stayed out. He was going to try to lead one lap, but Jake Nichols did win the battle off of pit road with Bobby Chaney right behind him. And you're going to have the top 3 spots, Jake Nichols, Bobby Chaney, never mind. I didn't see that the 97 beat him out. My apologies.
He did.
Nate Trito let them out. Nate Trito did beat them out. The next thing I should say then, in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are the 3 championship contenders then, with Jake going to be in 2nd, Bobby's going to be in 3rd, and David will be in 4th.
You know, here's the thing. I love my little tattletale needle because it shows us a lot of what Jake Nichols does. You can see him clutching that car, saving every little bit of fuel, even at lap 17 of 150, folks. You know, he's in there thinking like, man, this thing could go for a long, long green flag run. That guy's just got so much talent there. But Bobby Chaney tonight, if you're him, and his mentality right now is obviously keep that 73. You'd love to see him in your rear view mirror, but if you can't, at least keep him right there in your front view mirror all night long. So are we going to see him pit strategy go in every time, or maybe try something off the bat here?
I mean, it really depends on how the race goes. If there happens to be cautions like we just saw, not necessarily every 15 laps, but near the ends of runs or after about the 20 lap mark, you're not going to see anybody stay out. It's going to take one of those typical cautions breed cautions scenarios after about 5 or 6 laps to really shake up the field to get half of the people that are going to come in and the other half that stay out. To me, I think each and every time the caution comes out, you're going to want to come and get tires. So really, if you're Bobby Chaney, for example, it's like you said, as long as he can see the 73, he knows he's fine. You know what I mean? As long as Bobby is running in the top 6 or so, even if Jake leads a whole bunch of laps and wins the race, he can't lose the championship. So he's doing everything he has to right now as Bobby Chaney, especially sitting in 3rd. And you notice on the restart, the 97 of Nate Trito is actually going to take the outside lane, giving Jake the preferred bottom lane here on the restart.
Well, absolutely, you're right. And right now we're getting set here to go back green flag racing, folks. It has been one heck of a race so far. I know we're only sitting at lap 18 of 150. It's going to be lap 19 by the time they come to the start and finish line here. As that pace car comes around turn number 3 here, going to take that hard left turn. Nate Trito's opted to take the outside lane. Might be the good thing, because I think the middle to high groove here is the place to be. Pace car drops off. Going to send these monster machines a roaring. And when I say roaring, they are going to hammer through some gears, put the metal to the pedal, and go. All 8 cylinders of these things will storm heading into turn number 1. They're stacked 2 by 2. Look at that, the hard charger Nate Trito flies in front. He could be the man that says, look, you might be my teammate out there, Jake. You might be the Superman, but they call me the hard charger for one reason. I'm going to charge it to the front, and I'm going to be very hard doing it. And I'm going to be a hard man for you to get around. I know you need to win, but I want to win also.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly not going to be taken easy tonight by anybody, and we've heard Bobby Chaney say he will wreck his grandmother to win a championship, and I certainly don't think that necessarily David Shutt would wreck his teammate to win the championship, but I'm certainly not about to say that David may not be afraid to rough up Bobby a little bit to try to help his cause as well. Absolutely.
Well, right now he's got Tyler Ducharme. Tyler Ducharme could be the dark horse here. I'll tell you what, Team SRA, Jake Nichols has got to be a long, long only man up front there. Now, he does have one teammate, but right now, Bobby Cheney's doing what he's got to do. Oh, Delonte Ballard, Mr. Excitement, we call him right there. He's making excitement waves here. He's got the 67 of Cameron Hearn right there, right near with him. Those two guys are battling hard. You got in front of them, though, you got David Shutt, the Nightmare, Bobby Cheney right there, Tyler Ducharme. So you've got Team SRA all up front. They have came here to do one thing and one thing only, to shut the lights out of Solar Flare Racing and to say, look, there ain't no sunshine anymore at Extreme for you guys, and that's all she wrote. Right now, good battle up front, Ryan.
Yeah, it's a great battle up front, and we see that Jake Nichols has retaken the lead from his teammate, Nate Trito. And while we talk about Nate not wanting to win this race, I do have to personally believe that Nate Trito may be the first guy in that pool of drivers, or at least in the consideration, that's probably going to do everything he can to help Jake Nichols win this championship, or at least help his cause to try to win it. I'm not saying he's necessarily going to block or anything like that for Jake, but he's going to do all he can to keep that 99 of Bobby Cheney and the rest of them behind him, and do everything he can to make sure Jake leads as many laps as possible.
Well, it's like we just said, though, early on. The problem is that Bobby Cheney, as long as he doesn't get any penalty points or whatnot, if he stays where he's at, it doesn't matter what Jake Nichols does. Leads the most laps. Heck, he could take home, man, 10,000 trophies tonight. Won't matter. The championship trophy will go to that 99, and it'll be going home to SRA, Sim Racing Authority, over there to them group of guys from ExtremeMotorsports99.com. He'll take it over there with him, and he'll say, look, we came over here, we did what we had to do. We came, we saw, and we conquered. Plain and simple. That's all it was.
Yeah, you know, you talk about it too. It's so true that is.
Laugh over that, wasn't you?
Oh, it was funny. It was pretty good. Hashtag, I want to see it in the chat. Hashtag Joe is for the last time this year from Extreme. Hashtag Joe is
I heard you start to giggle over that one.
Well,
you know what the reference was. You know what the
reference
was, Steve.
Yes, it was a Brock Lesnar reference. No?
Ghostbusters.
Oh.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
I've never seen that. I know what it is. I'm not.
Are
it's not
you
like other
serious?
things. I've never seen
Holy
the Ghostbusters. I know what it is. I just never seen it.
Ladies and gentlemen, oh, see what they give me to work with?
Joe drops the mic and walks away.
I know. It's just mic drop. We're done. I mean, wow. Well, folks, there's one thing that's not done is the battle here tonight at ExtremeMotorsports99.com for a champion. Jake Nichols is trying to do everything he can do here to solidify that, hey, they call me Superman for a reason, because I'm the man of steel. I'm the champ. The problem is somebody has put a kink in his armor, and the SRA guys have came here and have just done what they've done. And right now, Bobby Cheney, Nate Trito might not be able to do anything because that 99 is going knock knock. SRA's here, and can you kind of maybe move out the way?
Yeah, that's for sure. And I mean, we talked about Bobby Cheney. He knows that all he has to do is finish in a certain spot to clinch the championship. But let's face it, Bobby Cheney, as much as anybody else, as much as Jake Nichols, wants to come out here and not just be the champion, he wants to win the race too.
Absolutely.
So if Bobby can put himself in a position to do both, he's still going to do that. And clearly right now that 99 machine is very strong in the early part of this race.
Now let me ask you another question. Throw this devil's advocate out here to you. That 41 giving nightmares to everybody. Nightmares to the 99, nightmares to the 73. He wants to get up there. Those two cats got nothing to lose. The thing about it is, though, if you're the 99, you see that they're a lot faster. You understand the circumstances here tonight. Do you race them hard, or do you just keep them in your front view mirror if you can't keep up with them? Me personally, I'm going to do what he's doing right now. Because if he stays in fourth place, doesn't matter what those two cats do all night long. He's walking out of here the champ.
Yeah, it's like I said, the only thing that Bobby can do, really, is race, is make, the best thing Bobby Cheney can do is to stay in the top 5. That solidifies it no matter what. That's as simple as it gets. If Bobby Cheney is in the top 5, he wins the championship. The only thing Jake Nichols can possibly do is have the 99 fall back to 7th place and either fall back on the fact that leading a lap, possibly leading the most laps and winning the race would be 3 points, thus winning him the championship by 1 point, or making it to where it's a tiebreaker scenario. And I don't know if it goes down to a tiebreaker.
How many points does he get does he get any bonus points for winning?
That's what I'm getting at. I don't know if he actually does get bonus points for winning. I'm going to go with the assumption that he doesn't. So
jump on the website. Somebody tell us, man, jump on the website and give us a points rundown right fast.
We have a caution. We have a caution somewhere. Oh, and it looks like the 12 was involved again. Oh, and Aiden Young is all tore up.
Oh, man, hate to see that on his end.
It all started with the 09 car.
Oh, man, hate to see that. Because here's my thing. As of right now, if it goes off the adage that Jake Nichols says as we watch this replay, if it goes off the point of, oh, yeah, he just lost it coming out of the turn. That's another thing we had talked about this track. Losing it coming out of the turn. I mean, these cars here are just, they're going to step sideways. Oh, and yeah, the 12 just nowhere to go. Man, hard lick. That's a hard hit. As of right now, if it would have ended like, if the race would have ended like it was, Jake has pretty much set 5 points. He's led the most. Actually, if he led the most, he gets an extra bonus point. It'd be 6 points. It's still 3-point lead for Bobby Chaney. So, here's my question. I don't know how much they get, or actually, if they get anything for winning the race.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I'm going to go with based on what I do know for the points, we'll just put it this way. Even if they don't get a point for winning the race, we already know that Jake, as of right now, until somebody else leads more laps than he has 2 bonus points in his back pocket. He has 1 for leading and currently 1 for leading the most laps because he's led basically from the drop of the green. As long as that stays the same, Jake needs Bobby to finish in 7th spot to tie for the championship. If Bobby finishes 6th or better, no matter what Jake does from this point to the end of the race, Bobby Chaney will win the championship. And
we're going off the fact that neither one of them has any, penalty points or anything like that. Or also, we're not 100% sure what if a point is gave. I probably should have had all this wrote down, but I didn't. If a point is gave for actually winning the race too. So again, we're going to go back to top 5. He really needs to be in the top 5. And as of right now, Bobby Chaney's doing that. I mean, he's sitting in 5th spot.
Exactly, and I do know this much. There is a bonus point for no incidents in the race as well.
Okay.
So assuming that Bobby gets an incident point, just bumps his teammate, anything like that, and Jake does not, and Jake leads the most laps and whatnot, that's the 3 extra bonus points right there. Oof. If Bobby were to finish 6th, he would still tie Bobby Chaney. So there's a lot of different championship implications that can come into a play here.
You wanted drama, you wanted excitement, you wanted things, man, to talk about, you wanted things, man, to write home to grandma all over. Right here you go, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. We're about to make a champion out of tonight. But, boy, by the time me and Ryan gets done, we're going to be mathematicians over this thing because, heck, it could go any which way but sideways, or heck, it could actually go upside down and a couple ways sideways. But who knows what's going to happen because there's so many scenarios. It's so tight between the two. Right now, we know this. Jake Nichols is leading right now, and Bobby Chaney has been in his tire tracks, along with David Shutt right there. So we know that so much already. Nate Trito's the man right there that might be playing a little bit. To me, the SRA guys right now understand the situation, and they're racing like it, period.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing everything they have to do, and that's all they have to do. It's just be smart, keep themselves in a good spot, and I do want to give a call real quick. We saw at the beginning of the race, Jonathan Shipman slid to the back, got on the apron on the opening lap, went way to the back. He has since worked himself, I want to say, up to the 6th spot here. 7th spot as they cross the line. So Jonathan Shipman has rebounded nicely from the beginning of this race. Don't count him out. He has nothing to lose if he gets back to the front of this field. He's not like these SRA guys. And like the Solar Flare, he could be the one guy that just says, hey, I'm in it for the win.
That's it.
Exactly.
Well, we
So,
also want to look too. Hey, notice that the guy in the 8th spot right there. Welcome back, John Houston, in the number
Yes, sir.
88 AC Delco spark plug machine out there, looking very, very good. And you talk about Richie Evans, he's sitting right there in 9th, and folks, it's a star-studded field, man. I love it, and it's going to be even more exciting come next season, Ryan.
yeah, it is. I mean, these guys, and it's like you say, it's a short turnaround. It's about a month between now, the end of this season, and the start of the next. So these guys are gonna.
It's like 2 weeks.
Is it really? I
yeah,
thought it was.
we're off a week, and we're going to start back at the beginning of like the second week in May.
Really?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
I didn't realize that's when the season was starting. I thought they were going to do a few weeks of preseason and gain some more drivers.
We going back quick, but we're about to go back quick. Green flag racing right here. Pace cars taking that hard left turn. Going to send these monster machines a flying. Jake Nichols, he's putting the hammer down. He's got the Nightmare behind him at 41. Oh, Tyler Deshawn spins the wheels right there. Look at Mr. Excitement. Well, I tell you what, these SRA guys, they have come here with authority. They got that in their last name. They know what it's about. Look at David Shutt, though. He understands, and what is that John Houston high in the sky right there?
Yeah, he got really high up there and got loose, and so did Bobby Chaney on that restart. Bobby was cleared of his teammates when they went into turn 1, and I saw that 99 wiggle, and it's a good thing that he had his teammate Delonte Ballard behind him, because if that was anybody else, I don't know that they would have checked up in time.
Absolutely right there, but you got to count. Don't count out the man in the 6th spot. That's old Jonathan Shipman right there. We call him the Kryptonite. You know why? Because he comes up there. He's the other man that could slow down that 73, put a kink in the armor. Now, maybe that's something, though, that Bobby Chaney wants, because you know what? If Nate Trito, and we haven't really talked about it, Nate Trito or Jonathan Shipman gets up here and wins this race, or David Shutt for that matter, well, that only helps Bobby Chaney.
Exactly. As long as the 41 and the 73 don't win, that helps big time, as we see a big move by the 41 to dive down to the inside of the 97 here as they go through turn 1 and 2. David Shutt knows time is of the essence. David needs to get up here and try to lead some laps quick.
Well, if you watched last week's race, man, you know that cat right there. We call him the Nightmare, and he was giving it to him all day last week. He said, fellas, look, I came here for one thing in mind, just like my teammates, to win a championship. We're bringing it home one way or another, or we're going to die trying. And this guy right now has got the hammer down in the 41. He is running down. He ran down Jake Nichols last week in long runs. If we get a long run, he definitely probably could do the same thing. Those guys will battle out. And also, if you remember, Ryan, those two got into it in Phoenix, so they're not scared to mix little fenders with each other.
Oh yeah, there's no love lost between the 97 and the 41. I mean, the 97 earlier on in the season felt like he got his first Extreme Motorsports 99.com Cup Series win taken away when the 41 and him got together at Bristol, and the 97 was on the receiving end of a little bump and run at the end of that race, winning David Shutt, not just that race, but blocking his ticket into the chase itself. So definitely, if there was one guy out there that maybe David Shutt doesn't want to see in his mirror, even worse than his teammate, it might be that 97 and Nate Trito.
Absolutely. Nate Trito can be. Right now, that 41's pulling away. Jake Nichols, he's out front. Now, we also got to make note here, folks. Iracing did not update the setup. So, Rick Donington and company at ExtremeMotorsports99.com had to go out and find somebody from iRacing to build them a setup for this track. So again, kind of an unknown as we've been the last couple weeks, but right now, an extremely excellent race. They're doing what they got to do. Very patient right here. Jake Nichols is out front, watching Bobby Chaney in fourth. Ryan, as we flip through this field here, we're going back here to where Mike Rominger, we call him Mr. Excitement, or Mr. Extreme, excuse me. He's right there behind Richie Evans, who has really taken off him in the last several weeks.
Yes, he has. Richie has gotten that number 3 machine really going well here at the end of the season. He's starting to get, you know, I think you kind of saw the progression this season really for Richie Evans, if you want to talk about it in that way. You know, Richie at the beginning of the year didn't quite have the finishes he wanted to. Him and Aiden Young were pretty close to each other in terms of the points all season long, but Aiden was ahead of him for quite a while. But as of late, Aiden, unfortunately, with the accidents he's had, including tonight, and the way Richie Evans has been driving, he has just really been on fire in that 3 machine as of late, putting himself in a great spot, especially here tonight, now being ahead of his teammate, Mike Rominger, here as we come to lap 44 of 150.
Well, absolutely. Right now, we're looking very good. That 13 of Justin Gable on the backside of him. And Justin Gable only showing him in a white car tonight.
Justin Gable is in his blue and it's like a reddish orange Taylor Swift machine.
The trade paint decided it wasn't updating on his car for some reason. Goes him in a solid white.
I'm not sure.
Oh no,
It's the same one he's driven a few times this year. It's not. I don't know that it's too different. I will say I'm riding on board with Jake Nichols. He's doing a lot of right steering when he comes off at turn 4, man. That 73 car is very loose coming out of this corner.
You know, he loves it that way. As I'm watching this battle between John Houston and the 13, boy, Houston almost went up in there and side slammed him right into the doors. They got a little bit there as he got a little loose, or actually pushed up the track there. John Houston did in that 88 machine. Heck of a battle between him and Justin Gable. But you're right. That might be characteristics of, you know, like we're saying, they're running under a modified setup here that they had to get because iRacing has yet to update the setups for these tracks. So they are running that. And I want to appreciate the viewers out there as always. We're here at the season finale, lap 46 of 150, folks. Cup Series action here tonight. ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And as always, we're live here, Facebook. We're live here, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch here, man. And it's awesome. And I got to just real quick here, just for a second, say thank you to everyone here at Extreme, Rick Donaldson, all the admins here, all the drivers for having us here and having us do this and call these races and to have us here back next week. And I actually see that Rick Donaldson sitting down there in the staging room. Let's bring him up.
All right, I'll let you do that.
Well, Rick, how you doing, man? We were just talking about you.
Oh my gosh, I hope it was all good.
No, it was horrible. It was horrible news.
Oh no. Hey, I just wanted to jump here right quick and touch base with the viewers out there and give a shout out to Becky Sifford. I got your email, got your picture. We're going to save that thing till next season. I want to thank our viewers that's tuned in each week to week here, supporting you guys up in the booth, calling the shots out here, supporting these Cup drivers out here. They've run a rough and tough season so far. As you can see, we've got one heck of a points battle there, Ryan and Joe. Going into this thing tonight, Cheney with the lead in the points. 9 points behind him is a tie for second. That's between Nichols and Shutt. So it's definitely, right now, it's going to be a close race when it comes to the points right now. It's something else. So we're going to definitely have to see what happens.
Yeah, well, while you were saying that there, Rick, man, there's a caution on the track, man, between Jonathan Shipman and like Tyler
23.
Ducharme. Yep, Tyler Ducharme. But you're right, Rick. Man, we've been talking that up the whole entire time. 3-car battle. Jake Nichols is in a spot that he is not used to being in and trailing. And no matter what he does, he knows he has to win. But right now, Bobby Cheney's doing what he has to do, sitting in 3rd and 4th spot. And if he stays in those areas and doesn't get into trouble, doesn't matter what Jake does. He can walk out of here. Him and the SRA camp can walk out of here Extreme Motorsports 99 champ.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you right now, based on, I think it's going to come down to bonus points. If Jake can clinch this thing and get a couple bonus points for leading the most laps and 0 incidents, man, it's still going to be tough. But it all depends on where Cheney and Shutt finish at here today. Becky, just want to say out there to you, heard the bad news about the family pet there, and tell you what, please make sure to send Tyler and your family the love from here at Extreme Motorsports. Hope everything goes okay. But guys, again, I want to appreciate these fans that keep showing up week to week, supporting these guys and supporting what you guys do up here. Because folks, I've done what these guys have done as far as being up in the booth and doing broadcasting. They make it look easy, but it's a tough job. It can be a tough job. These guys are not only doing it for us, but they're doing it for other leagues out there and keeping up with all these names and so forth. I think they're doing one heck of a job. And Joe, Ryan, I can't say that, man, you guys have done such a wonderful job this season, and we're so glad to have you guys up in the booth calling the shots for our Cup Series, sending that message out there to the fans. And hey, I know we're going to have you guys back next season, so getting things together for next season and so forth. So I'm getting ready to be a busy guy.
Absolutely. Well, again, we appreciate it too. I was telling everybody out there, man, it's where we started. It's where we're gonna begin on doing it. There's a lot of exciting things next season, and me and Ryan, man, here we love it. We love the view, the fans out there, the drivers, the leagues, all the admins. It is awesome. And I'll tell you what, we're crowning a champ tonight, folks. It's the finale here. It's been a long, hard-fought 15 race season so far here, and it's going to come to a close here at Homestead Miami Speedway.
Before you go, Rick, I do want to ask just a quick question, because if anybody was going to know, it'd be you. Is there a bonus point for winning the race, or just for leading one lap and then the most laps?
Good question. We've got 4 series we're keeping up with. We got a total of 5 different series we're keeping up with. Some series have got a few little minor rules here and there. I don't think we don't have anything for winning the race, but leading the most laps and having 0 incidents, I do believe you do get bonus points for that. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this thing turns out.
Okay, thank you, Rick.
All right, guys, good luck. I'm going to jump back down in the booth. Again, thank you all, folks.
Yeah. All right, well, folks, that's Rick Donaldson. That's the owner, man, here at StreamMotorsports99.com. And while he was talking, while we were watching there, we're in the caution here. You know, Jonathan Shipman and Tyler DeSharm got together right there, hard licking to the wall. But Jake Nichols back out front. Everybody took a pit stop there. David Shutt right behind him there. Those two are doing what they need to do. 1, 2. But again, and they treat those there. But again, Bobby Chaney, Ryan, they just cannot. They can't shake him, and he's having a run. He's going to need it. He's got to have the run of his life tonight.
Now, I will say this, Joe. The only thing that I would be concerned with Bobby Chaney, one of the things that he could definitely do to help his own cause to try to win this championship would be to try to lead a lap.
Yes,
I don't know that I
yet.
have seen him have the speed yet. He's definitely fast. He's got a top 3, top 4 car. I don't know that he has a race-winning car
Well,
yet.
here's what I'm excuse me. One, we haven't had a green flag pit stop, and that's probably what he's hoping on, and that's what I was asking you is, under a green flag pit stop, would he stay out to lead that lap, take that chance to get that bonus point to hopefully get back up there? I mean, it'd be taking a chance to do it, because every caution, or every time we've been in pits, been in a caution as we get set here to go back green flag racing. Here's that pace car takes, well, thought we were, but lights are back on.
We were, and something happened with the 23. He suddenly pulled off and stopped. Okay. And they are going to extend the caution by 1 lap. Jonathan Shipman appears to be back up with the rear of the field now, though. I don't know what happened.
Well, let me go back to what I was saying then. I stopped because we were going back green, but what I was saying is every stop we've had has been under caution. And I think what I feel like, okay, folks, this is just what I feel like. Bobby Chaney, like you said, doesn't look like he might have the speed to catch or run down Jake Nichols or David Shutt for that matter. He might have the speed to do it on Nate Trito. Don't want to take anything away from Nate Trito, though. But I feel like in order for him to get that lead lap, he's going to have to take a chance to stay out under a long green flag pit stop, which we have yet to have. But, hey, we're only at lap 53, going to lap 54 of 150. There's a long way to go. And you know and I know, Ryan, that if we get on a long green flag run, we definitely could see at least another 2. If we go green flag from here on out, we could definitely see, at least 2 more pit stops.
Yeah, that's a 100% guarantee. And I will say the worst thing that Bobby Chaney could see right now is being on the outside lane in 4th spot and have somebody who isn't his teammate to the inside lane behind him, as Richie Evans is now going to be the guy as we come to the restart. He will be in 5th place with a 3 car.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, that is a teammate countdown right there. Jake Nichols definitely going to have the advantage on the restart. As you can see, him and Nate Trito definitely was able to count that and get that start going as they fire to the front. And that's what they want to do. But I tell you, David Shutt, man, is a man on a mission. He is trying to tear it down. As here comes Bobby Chaney, and you got Delonte Ballard right there behind them. There's 3 SRA camp guys. Do not count out. Look at the number 3 car right there. He is door-to-door, neck-and-neck with Justin Gables. They're side-by-side coming out. You got Mr. Extreme, Mike Rominger back there. These guys, man, are battling like it's the last lap back there in the back.
Yeah, they are. I mean, we're seeing 2, almost 3 wide racing back here as we go through these corners. It looks like that 3 car is getting severely loose going into the turn 1 as 2 laps in a row now. I've seen him give up at least 1 spot entering turn 1. I don't know if it's the entry or what's going on, but Richie Evans definitely appears to be losing ground and having a lot of trouble hanging on to that 3 machine right now as they go through turn 1 and 2.
And I'll tell you what, a man that's on a mission is a madman. That's Tyler Desharm. He wants to get back up there in that 25 machine. Got a very fast car, knows how to handle it, and he's coming through the field. He's got 4 fresh Goodyears and looking like he's on the rails right now as he's battling side by side with old Mr. Nick Hunt himself. Man, got that one hair flying out the wind, looking very good. The veteran, I tell you right now, James Thorndike, man, knows that he's got a bad, fast guy behind him. As you see the sparks are flying, tire pressure's a little low right now till they build up. Those splitters and everything's pounding the pavement here as they go around Homestead.
Yeah, they are. These guys are running great all the way around this track. Even some of these guys that are a couple laps down are still trying to stay involved somehow, some way as we ride on. I'm currently riding on board with the 05 Tommy and Massey. He's right in the thick of this battle with all these cars running in front of him. With, for example, Nick Hunt just in front of him, and right behind the 05 is the driver that is now back on the lead lap after getting a couple of wave rounds. Is that 29 machine of Matt Walzenbach.
Absolutely, 29. He's had an exceptional chase as he's already won his first Extreme Motorsports99.com Cup race here, as we got a heck of a battle going on up here for the 10th spot. Cameron Hearn and that 67. He's all over the back end of the 59 of James Thorndike, trying to look to take the 9th place away. These guys are getting a little restless back here in the back as they're just getting, man, they're pounding each other as they're, we're only in lap 58 of 150. Definitely got a long way to go. Right now up front, Jake Nichols and David Schutz. 2 guys, man, they're there. Half-second lead between those 2. About another couple tenths back, Snake Trito, and a little bit further back's Bobby Cheney. So as of right now, although I got a feeling I don't think there is a bonus point for winning. So as of right now, for calculating my head, as long as there's no incident points involved, we're talking about a 2-3 point difference between Jake Nichols and Bobby Cheney.
Yeah, as of right now, if the points, if the rates were coming to the checkered flag right now, Bobby Cheney currently sitting in the 4th spot would still win the championship. He would have gained
allegedly. We don't want 100% say.
Okay, allegedly, assuming everything, assuming there is no incidents involved, assuming that both he and Jake Nichols get 1 bonus point for no incidents, so there's that. Jake gets the bonus point for leading 1 lap, gets a 2nd bonus point for leading 2. That's 3 for Jake, 1 for the 99. Even at that rate, with the 99 finishing in 4th spot, Bobby Cheney would still win the championship by about 3 points.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, folks. We're up here trying to calculate in our head as best we can. Obviously, those are unofficial results on our end. We definitely won't know 100%. Yeah, I mean, we won't know 100% to the end of the race, but we're just trying to keep y'all in the loop. If it was 9 points difference, we know that coming in. And as of right now, we know the bonus points and what's involved with that, and obviously what Jake Nichols has done so far. As we know the bonus points as he's sitting right now. Obviously, he's led a lap, he gets 1 there. No incidents, he gets 1 there. And then obviously it's 1 point for every position, which would be right now, if it sits, would be 4 points. So 4, 5, 6, that's only 6 points. It's a 3-point difference.
Yeah, it's very close, and all I'm going to say is you must feel pretty blessed to have a guy who got an A average all the way through high school in math, because I'm here with you, because I'm right there with you. Our numbers are not far off, but it is going to be down to the wire for this championship. I mean, it isn't going to be over until they cross for the checkered flag. That's as simple as it gets.
And the reason we say that, folks, not going to be over until then, is because if you watch last week, or actually the week before that, Jake Nichols got involved in a wreck with 15 laps to go, dominating, and I'm going to say it again, dominating that race. So awesome. Oh yeah, you're right out there, Nichols, man. Dushan, he's out there, boy. He is digging to get back up front. He's already pounded that thing to 7, and that 25 machine, he's looking for more. He could be the dark horse here. Now, again, Jake Nichols is dominating right now, and actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, we can't count out that man in second spot, who is actually running down to 73 as we speak.
Yes, he is. That 41 car of David Shutt has started to reel in Jake Nichols now. He's not really reeling him quickly, but he is gaining on about a half a tenth to or so a lap as of right now. David, it's like we said, David can ride second all he wants tonight. He knows right now, Jake, obviously, not only does Jake have the points advantage getting closer to Bobby Chaney, but he has a pretty decent couple point gap now over David Shutt as well, because as much as David Shutt would like to win the championship, SRA would still like to finish 1-2 in points, and that is possible if the 41 could get around Jake Nichols and Jake were to fall further back. So
now we saw this. Like I say, you were out that week, not last week, the week prior to that. And what's going on, Ken? How you doing? Yeah, this is a good race so far. A lot of drama happening out here as we're at Homestead Miami Speedway for the finale here tonight, ExtremeMotorsports99.com Cup Series. Now, what I was about to say, Ryan, is I know you was out that week, family issue, but we saw this in that race. David Shutt run down Jake Nichols. I think that was Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, right off the top of my head, but he was running him down later on in the races. So, here's maybe Jake Nichols is probably thinking, maybe I want these cautions. I don't know if I'm that good, because right now, lap times, last lap, Shutt ran a 31.5. Jake Nichols only ran a 31.6. So he is running him down. Slowly but surely, he's got a lot of time to do it. So
he's currently catching him by about 7/100ths of a second a lap. So that means, he's going to be on the 73's bumper within the next 2 laps or so. I mean, he's already there, but he'll be touching his bumper in about the next 2 laps. And the way that it factors out for anyone who does not know, a tenth of a second from one car to the next is essentially if one car crossed the line and the nose of the car in second was touching the bumper of the lead car. It takes about a tenth of a second for one whole car length to go past somewhere.
Well, I got to probably say this. I'm going to just go ahead and say it, but I'm going to say that Nichols and Ken and all the new guys, want to appreciate the viewers out there. They're SRA fan club, because they said, wow, how many SRA guys are in a row? Well, let me count them off for you. You got David Shutt, the Nightmare, and the number 41 machine sitting second. Now, he's been split up by Nate Trito, who's in third, but you got Bobby Chaney, Mr. Consistency right there in the 99. You got Delonte Ballard, the showstopper right there behind him, and then Tyler Ducharme's right there, and then you got a battle between Cameron Hearn and Justin Gable. So you want to talk about SRA and the top 10? Everybody's there.
Yeah, they're all running really well right now, and David Shutt was right on the back bumper of that 73 when they went into turn 3, and then he came off of turn 4 and got the back end of that 41 car, stepped out on him a little bit, lost a little bit of ground to Jake. All that ground he made up, he's now going to have to chase the 73 back down again here.
Absolutely. Well, we're also seeing back here some more things. Boy, Aiden Young's back on the track. He's got a good car here. Now, several laps down, 4 laps down, he's coming through. Looks like Delonte Ballard might be running down. The good thing is, though, as you talk about SRA, we were talking about Nate Trito there, and probably the best thing for them to do is just let Aiden Young go. He's on a lot better tires than those guys are. But Bobby Chaney's running down Nate Trito for third. I mean, that's not faring well here for Solar Flare, not one bit.
No, and it's like we said, Bobby Chaney, I'm going to say it in this way, Bobby Chaney needs to be having a lot worse race than he's having right now for Jake Nichols or David Shutt to win this championship. Because the 41 and 73 are doing everything they can do, be first and second. No matter what way it goes, that's what they have to do. But that, as long as that 99 is in the top 5, it doesn't matter what he's doing. He's doing everything right.
Well, right now he's doing exactly what he needs to do. He is door to door with the 97 to take over the third spot. Man, I'm going to tell you what, if he goes a 1, 2, 3, but here he's bringing the showstopper, Delonte Ballard, that 54 machine. And I kind of had to give my hands off and, man, I kind of get a little bit of chuckle and kind of in awe. I'm kind of just starstruck, so to speak, because Delonte Ballard, the showstopper's out there kind of showing off for OSR Network, as he is actually running an OSR Network paint job. And I didn't ask him to do that, so that's why I'm kind of flattered and touched, and it's an awesome paint job. It's actually Alan J. Elwood did that, and kind of was wondering why Alan wanted my logo to put on his car, and now I see.
Oh, definitely nice of them to put a surprise paint job together, and very respectful of Aiden Young. Waited until the right opportunity to get by the 2 leaders as the caution is out. We have a big pile up in turn 2. I've been waiting all night to say that, but we do. We've got a couple cars together. It looks like the 67 was involved, and it started with the 13 and 67 in turn 1.
Okay, well, we'll go back on to 67. You know, those two were battling hard a minute ago, early and on, the last couple laps. So kind of had a feeling, man, it probably boiled over from there. So but we're going to watch here live. Yeah, they're door to door. Oh, yeah, they're beating and banging prior, and then they just get together. Oh, and Richie Evans gets turned by the 4. Oh, and Mike Romans are nowhere to go. Oh, Nick Hunt gets slowed down. Wow. Yeah. You said pile up.
Yeah, definitely a decent pile up there. And you want to talk about a guy who kind of the right place at the right time. It's not going to help him too much, but Aiden Young at least going to get one of those laps back. He just got by Jake Nichols right when that caution came out. So that will put him 3 laps down, and likely will be able to take a wave around here and put himself back 2 laps down. And I'm only going to imagine that everyone's going to pit here.
Oh, yeah, everybody's coming down pit road right here. We're watching Jake Nichols to see what he does. He's the first guy down pit road. Got David Shutt right there behind him. Bobby Chaney following in the footsteps. I'll tell you what, it's just, you couldn't have directed this picture any differently or any better, so to speak. I mean, it's just awesome. What's going on, John Marine? Want to appreciate all the viewers out there. Evan, how you doing? And just everyone, man, here tonight. It is awesome. Boy, David Shutt. Oh, I don't think he beat him off, but boy, it was close.
Yeah, you want to talk about close, man.
Woo.
That 41 did everything he could to try to beat Jake Nichols out right there. Maybe just spun the tires a little bit too long coming out of that pit box, and that 41 would have had him, but wow, was that close between those two coming out of pit road.
It is. Here's the thing, folks. Jake Nichols is like a lonely lost puppy or dog, so to speak, man, up front. He's got David Shutt. I mean, the only teammate he's got's Nate Trito, but Nate Trito's sitting in the middle of a hornet's nest. He's got the nightmare David Shutt, Bobby Chaney, Mr. Consistency, Tyler Ducharme right there, Justin Gable right there. Most of the SRA camp is just right there. I mean, they're going to swarm them like a bunch of bees. What's going on, Robert Moyer? Man, it runs Racing Freaks over there. Watch him on Saturday night. Looking very, very good. So, definitely, again, this is not what Bobby Chaney wanted to see. He would probably rather seen this thing go out a lot longer. But what we learned from that last run is if we run this thing green, David Shutt has a car to run down Jake Nichols.
Yeah, he definitely has a car that can compete with Jake Nichols at the very least. As we know, catching somebody is one thing, passing them is another. And we saw that the 41, even running, he caught up to Jake, but every time he tried to make that pass, that 41 was getting a little bit loose as he was trying to get to the bottom to get around the 73. So I really think, as you mentioned earlier, Joe, the outside line is the place to be as the run goes on, because that's where all the momentum is, for one thing. And for another, these cars being as loose as they are, that outside line is giving some guys a little bit more time to try to catch it. And if these things are going to snap loose off of turn 4 and out of turn 2, like we've seen so far here tonight, that's going to be very challenging, I would say, for anyone to get really, even if you're faster than Jake, to get around him unless he really makes a mistake.
Absolutely. You're 100% correct right there. And I tell you what, like I said, want to appreciate the viewers out here. As always, we're here, season finale, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And tonight, folks, we're about to crown a champ here in the Cup Series. And it has been electric. 9-point lead coming in between Jake Superman Nichols. Mr. Consistency Bobby Chaney from the SRA camp has come over here. Man, they unpacked at the beginning of the season. When they did, they took cars out the shop and out those haulers and said, hello, Extreme. SRA has arrived. Sim Racing Authority.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just so crazy to think, too, how far we've come in this season, what it has come down to. You go back to the preseason races that we saw, and I'll never forget the first interview we had with Bobby Chaney, the night that we coined the name Mr. Consistency. Bobby said in that interview that we had with him, our goal is to come into ExtremeMotorsports99.com this year, and we are not satisfied unless we win the championship.
Absolutely.
And if you want to talk about something that very well could happen tonight, the man that spoke those words is less than half a race away of doing exactly what he claimed, not only that they thought they could do, but something he said they would do.
Well, green flags in the air here. Jake Nichols, hammers through the gears. And right now, as long as he stays out front, Nate Trito, he's going to get that team advantage on the starts, so to speak, and get through the gears here and get away from David Shutt. Because what that does is it gives one more car that David Shutt has to compete with to get near him. Right now, Jake Nichols is out front. Nate Trito's running second. David Shutt, man, right there in third. Bobby Chaney sitting in fourth. But you got right behind him Tyler Ducharme. Do not count him out. He would love to win. And old Evan out there says he's going for the UTI car. That's a heck of a darn pick there, because that's the Superman, Jake Nichols. The man won 10 races last season. He dominated the season, came in the chase, and just took it. He tied everybody up in a knot and said, hello, guys, I'm here in Extreme, and it's mine. This season, though, SRA unpacked and said, hey, they untied that knot a little bit, and now Jake Nichols is fighting for his life.
Yes, he is, and I mean, I'm riding on board still with the 99 to Bobby Chaney on that front bumper cam that Iracing offers, which, to be fair, isn't as good as your front bumper cam, but I'll deal with it. Riding on board with him as he sits in fourth right now in an SRA sandwich, as we've got David Shutt in third, Bobby's in fourth, right behind him, Tyler Ducharme in the 25 in fifth, and behind them, Justin Gable, the highest he has been all night long, up in the sixth spot, with Delonte Ballard not too far behind in eighth. So those SRA boys starting to group up again, but how about as well, James Thorndike in the 59, started ninth, running seventh. He's still going to get up here and try to spoil this party as well.
Absolutely, it is anybody's ball game at this point. Don't count out. Just because Jake Nichols is Superman, he's been out front all day long. He was out front a couple weeks ago until disaster struck in the turn up there for him. So it can happen right here. We're at lap 83 of 150, folks. Homestead Miami Speedway. We're in the championship round here of ExtremeMotorsports99.com. 3-horse battle going in here is what we're calling it. We got Jake Nichols, Bobby Chaney, and David Shutt. These guys better battle out. Right now, Jake Nichols, the man out front. David Shutt sitting in third. Bobby Chaney sitting in fourth. You talk about Delonte Ballard, he's right there in eighth. He just took over James Thorndike. So riding along here with Bobby Chaney, like you said, we ran the car with him here, and we see he's got Tyler Ducharme. But look at that 41, just claw right back on that 97 up front.
Yeah, what's killing the 41 right now is obviously the fact that on most of these restarts, he's getting stuck on the outside for one thing, and for another, it's like you mentioned, Jake gets that teammate sort of advantage to the inside lane, and obviously all these guys are in a TeamSpeak channel, just as you and I are, and one of the known advantages of that is that on a restart, if you have your teammate behind you, the leader can go, yeah, exactly. The leader can go whenever he wants. He can basically go, hey, Nate, 3, 2, 1, go, and the both of them jump. Well, guess what? Jake goes early enough and catches the 41 off guard. That gives plenty of time to get that 97 around and buys him enough time to keep that 73 out in front. And at this point, we are past halfway. I don't believe anybody can now beat Jake Nichols for the most laps led. So Jake has locked up, I believe, those 2 bonus points So now he needs Bobby Cheney to start falling back. Jake has done everything he can. Now he needs that 99 to fall back, and he cannot make a mistake in that 73 car for the rest of this race.
Yeah, he needs Bobby Cheney to fall out of the top 5 definitely right now. And that's what, but the problem is, we also saw the longer that run went, Bobby Cheney also ran down that 97 and got back up in the 3rd spot. So that's another thing you got to look at. Now, will Tyler Ducharme get up there, try to spoil the show here? He understands the situation. We know the 97 is going to be there on the back bumper, do everything he can for his teammate. Will Tyler Ducharme play ball, so to speak?
Well, I mean, Tyler Ducharme, he's one of those guys that is obviously an SRA driver. To me, I don't see him, unless he can get up to 2nd or put himself in position to get a jump on Jake on a restart. I don't think the 25 is going to do anything to jeopardize Bobby Cheney's chances, because obviously right now, if the 25 goes around the 99, that puts him back in 5th. If somebody other than Justin Gable ends up getting behind the 99 and makes that pass, that puts Bobby in that 6th spot. With Jake having the bonus points and Bobby being that far back, that would put this in a tiebreaker scenario, which would go to the 73 of Jake Nichols.
Absolutely. Well, looking back here, Tommy Massey right behind him. Mike Walters on this extreme. He's got Jonathan Shipman, man, right there, the Kryptonite behind him. They were door to door, and they're still door to door. Jonathan Shipman's going to take that spot on him. There's a heck of a battle going on back here. Matthew Wazenbach looks like he's took his fast fix and repaired that car. Not up to speed like he normally was the last couple weeks. He's really turned his season around, so to speak. I tell you what, viewers out here, loving every minute of it out here. We're loving every minute of it. That's because, man, it's about to heat up out here. And I'm watching, as I'm going through this field here, so to speak, Ryan, I'm watching Jake Nichols' times. His last lap, 31.350. David Shutt's last time was a 31.344. Shutt, again, is starting to reel him in. And again, that time was a 31.570. David Shutt was a 31.399. So again, David Shutt is doing what he did on a long run, running him down. Now the thing also is, Nate Trito's falling off, and Bobby Cheney is doing what he has to do to try to run down the 97. So here's the scenario, and Ryan, you chime in on this, is David Shutt needs to get up there and obviously want to win. And Jake Nichols also. Bobby Cheney's doing what he has to do. He sees those two getting up there. All he's got to do is get around the 97 and go, fellas, have at it. You know?
Really, he doesn't even need to do that at this point. He can, but, I mean, it's still, this is the scenario, and we've said it since the drop of the green. The 99 being in the top 5 means that he's got the championship. Even with bonus points and anything else, it would take Bobby having some penalty points against him to really put him in a hole. And right now,
you should be able to see that.
I don't believe he has any. That's what I'm saying.
You actually should be able to go to him and look.
I don't believe I can. I'm
go
actually
to,
riding.
Go on him and then hit the info button and see if it tells you if he shows any incident on it.
Alrighty.
99. It should tell you up there in the top corner if it has.
Yeah, no incidents.
Yep, so that's what I'm saying. And actually, then go to go to John Houston, and then see if it tells you if he's got any. Because he should have some.
It does not tell me anything for anybody. It all says incident 0 for me. Because I'm in here as a spectator. I'm not in here as a spotter or a driver.
All
or
right,
anything.
well, we tried, folks.
Yep, we did the best we could. That's the info I can give at this point is that I don't believe that the 99 has any damage. Or obviously he doesn't have any damage. Yeah, and I don't believe he's touched the wall or anything. So the 99 obviously right now would still have no incident points. Would have no incident points, or at least not enough to earn him a penalty point. As with Jake Nichols, that puts them both in the same spot. Jake has 3 bonus points right now with no incidents, leading not just 1 lap, but the most laps. So that's 2 bonus points there. That's 3 points, making the deficit 6 points to Bobby Cheney. So as long as Bobby is running 4th, no matter what happens, Jake is still not going to have enough as of this point to beat that 99, but it is not over, as we said, until the checkered flag comes out, because, I mean, we've seen these cars get loose, Joe. What happens if the 99 comes off a turn 2 on the final lap and he spins?
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's
it.
the
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and you know, the thing I'm noticing in the chat out here that Evans is talking about 73 might be saving. That's why I got that little tattletale needle. And I'm going to tell you what, now, that thing ain't budged. Folks, I'm going to tell you, if you think the 73 at this point right now is holding off or trying to save, forget about it. He understands one thing. He needs to win. There's nowhere in the world he's letting that 41 machine catch him, because he understands the 41 is not going to let him go once he catches him. And if he lets him get by him, man, he understands. I mean, we're talking about a pro driver, Jake, here. He understands that if that 41 gets around him, getting back around him is going to be very, very hard. And as we say that, Nate Trito's in the wall. As we say that, Bobby Chaney has moved into third. So, like I said, these guys up here can battle all they want. So, yeah, the 41, slowly but surely, methodically bring it to the front. But Jake Nichols, there's no way in the world that cat is taking it easy out there.
Yeah, I'm 110% in agreement with you. There's nothing being held between these two right now at all, between the 41 and the 73. The only way they win the championship is winning the race at this point. That's it. As simple as it gets. And with the 99 being in third, even that's not enough at this point. So the 99 now, if I'm Bobby Chaney, really, I know I have a strong enough car to be third. May not have a car strong enough to win the race, but I can run third. And if I can catch these two with them fighting, if Bobby can get out here and even help his cause even further and lead a lap, that's his best friend right there.
Jake Nichols is loose right there.
Yes, I've been seeing that lap after lap. You're right. These two up front constantly getting loose coming off that turn. They kind of switch and take turns getting loose lap after lap. 73 and 41 as they are close as they come off a turn 2.
They are.
Make that pass.
Yeah, they are door to door coming out of here, going down to Bathurst. And another thing we got to talk about here too, Ryan, is if these two take each other out, which could be another possibility, as they are door slamming each other. You better believe the 41 man wants to be a champ. The 73 does too. You're talking about Evan out there, man. The 73 man is hanging on. He's hanging on for dear life. He understands it slowly but surely, and it is very, very quickly that his chances of being a champion again are slipping away. He is seeing his dream, a back-to-back here at Extreme, go away. We're seeing a battle right now. Bobby Chaney is the man, loving every minute of this ride. This is what you wanted to see right here at lap 101.
Yeah, well, not only is this what Bobby Chaney wanted to see, but I think this is what you and I and all the fans wanted to see. The top three in points battling for this win as we're getting down just 49 laps to go this time, as David Shutt is finally going to lead a lap here and give himself one bonus point. Obviously, right now, I do believe that he is still, even with being in front of the 73, he is still 1 point behind Jake Nichols, with Jake leading the most laps right now. But that 41 now, it is his turn to try to do everything he can to keep Jake behind him. And if the 41 can't win the championship, he's going to help his teammate win it any way he can.
Absolutely. Well, right now, you got to better believe right now, Bobby Chaney's the man in command of winning a championship. Folks, we're one lap 102, 103 of 150. It definitely ain't over with. As we got the viewers out here, they are definitely, man, on their feet out here, and they're loving every minute of this excitement, because here's what we came to see, the top three, the best of the best. And I don't want to take anything away from anybody else, but 41, the Nightmare, he's done it. SRA, Sim Racing Authority, they have came out here and done what they wanted to do. They are shutting down Solar Flare. They have grounded the Superman. And right now, you see Jake Nichols. Evan, I hate to disagree with you, but buddy, that 73 out there is not. He has got his hands full with an evil handling car. We're seeing that rear end snap out from under and coming off these turns.
Yeah, that 73 is just not to his liking right now for Jake Nichols, and we don't usually see that from Superman. We don't usually see that out of that 73 machine having issues like this, where he's just getting loose and having trouble hanging on. But David Shutt's car, and to me, it may just be me, Joe, and correct me if it's something that you don't quite see like I do. It almost looks like these SRA cars all are better on the longer run, and the
Yep.
solar flare ones are falling off as the run goes on, because
Yep.
as we keep seeing, the 73 and the 97 have been 1 and 2 on restarts for the first couple laps. But by
Well,
this point, both the 41 and the 99 have leapfrogged the respective drivers they were racing with, that being the 73 of Jake Nichols and the 97 of Nate Trito. And even Justin Gable is now starting to run down the 97 for fourth.
well, you want to talk about lap times right here. Some lap times for you. David Shutt put a 32.482. Jake Nichols did better him that time with a 32.4. The problem is Bobby Chaney, 32.3. Let me do that. If you think Bobby Chaney ain't sitting going, fellas, I'm loving every minute of this, you're right. On the long runs, they want this thing to go green to the end here.
Yes, they
Because
do, and we're
right,
seeing green flag pit stops. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Ooh, well, this is probably what Bobby Chaney. Now, here's my thing. Does Bobby Chaney stay out and lead a lap and take the chance of falling out of maybe the top 5 to get that bonus point? Or does he come in when the front 2 comes in and try to say, hey, look, as long as I stay in 3rd and it looks like here comes SRA?
Yeah, tires are such a big advantage. I think I'm going to say, obviously, he's going to do what he's doing right now, but I would have suggested even before seeing that Bobby was going to come in whenever David Shutt was, because there's no point in risking you being out that one lap further and having somebody leapfrog you when you're in Bobby's position. All Bobby has to do is stay in this spot, and he can win the championship, and he knows that. He does not have to win this race to win the championship.
Yeah, well, right now we see, man, the 41 and the 99 both came in, and that right there might have, Jake Nichols might have at the point right there, because that's going to put an advantage to the 99 and 41. Because, folks, I don't know if this would be the last pit stop here.
Let me take a look on that for you.
You know, Bobby Chaney's coming back out in 6th.
Yeah, the last time these guys pitted was when they were under caution at lap, the caution came out at lap 77. They restarted on lap 80, so they went from lap 80 to 106. So that's 27 laps under green. So these guys got to pit roughly every 26 to 27 laps or so. We are on lap 109 now. So
Just see what I just saw?
no, I didn't. What happened?
David Shutt just went right by Jake Nichols as he was coming out of the pits.
Yep, that's that one lap fresher tires for you.
Wow. Well, I don't know. It's been everything we've hoped here, folks. Season finale, ExtremeMotorsports99.com, and it has been a thriller. 3-horse battle up front. Bobby Chaney came in here with a 9-point lead, folks, at the SRA camp. Right now, currently running 4th. Jake Nichols was tied with the man of David Shutt, 9 points back. Jake has dominated this race. He's sitting in 3rd. David Shutt sitting in 2nd. Tyler Ducharme's out front. Obviously, he's on a different pit strategy because he got involved with the wreck earlier on, so he can stay out probably just a tad bit longer than these guys. But when it cycles through, as of right now, David Shutt would be the leader, Jake Nichols 2nd, Bobby Chaney. So that dream of being a champion is slowly falling off into the wasteland there of the Superman. What a feeling as a driver to know that you've done everything that you have to do, but just one race decided your fate in this chase.
Yeah, definitely. It has come down to so much. Now, you want to talk about a guy who played the strategy. The 25 of Tyler Ducharme pitted about 5 laps before everybody else at lap 102. He finds himself with a 6.5-second advantage over his teammate out in front. So that 25 on 5-lap older tires, but he has put a heck of a margin over Jake, or over David, Jake, and Bobby.
Absolutely, man. I'm 100% with you.
And oh, by the way, every one of those SRA cars, I believe, are now running in the top 6.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, now we're going to see Jake Nichols obviously probably run down the 41. He's been a lot faster than him on the shorter runs, but as the longer runs go, 41's been able to stay out front. But as long as Bobby Chaney stays where he's at, Ryan, we know, you know, it's all for naught. Because one thing is one thing else. Now, I got to admit, when I interviewed Bobby Chaney last week, talked to him, he was definitely, and well, when I talked to him a couple weeks prior, he was definitely a constant. And he said he had to go into these next couple races knowing that Jake Nichols would win these races. And, you know, Jake Nichols definitely has not disappointed by no means. And then the interview Jake put on last week, knows what he has to do, but understands that, man, the Solar Flare guys have came here, or excuse me, the SRA guys have came here and done what they needed to do. And it's just been a heck of a race so far.
Yeah, I mean, this has been, in terms of competition, this has been one of the best races we've seen all season long. These guys are just putting it all on the line, doing everything they can to try to win this race. A masterful job. You have to give it so far to the 99 to Bobby Chaney, doing everything he has to do to clinch this championship here, as Jake Nichols is now trying to fight with that 41 to get that spot back up to second. But Tyler Ducharme was still a 5.5+ second advantage over the rest of the field after pitting 5 laps early. You have to ask yourself the question now. You asked earlier, would that 25 win this race if he could? I said only if it would help his teammates' cause. Well, obviously Bobby Chaney still running fourth. It isn't hurting him in any way to have his teammate Tyler out in front. So this could definitely be one of those races where someone like a Tyler Ducharme could steal the win and secure it for his SRA Motorsports teammate.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, right now it has been a dogfight all race long, folks, as Bobby Chaney's still sitting in the 4th spot. He's got Justin Gable right there behind him, and Mr. Showstopper there, Delonte Ballard right there. Nate Trito, the Hard Chargers, fell to 7th. You got Jonathan Shipman sitting there in 8th, as he's in a fight, man, with old, looks like John Houston, a little bit off the pace after earlier, but he's back on the lead lap, I believe. Oh, he's the first car lap down.
Yes, he is. You mentioned it there, the first car lap down, obviously being John Houston, that 88 machine, but just going to starting to give way here to some of these lead lap cars like the 23 and 59 is John Houston. Richie Evans also finds himself 2 laps down, and I did want to report that the 09 of Aiden Young a number of laps ago did pull the car from the race. That 09 machine is done for the night, which means I'm not 100% positive, but it may hand the Rookie of the Year championship over to the 3 car of Richie Evans.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, though, you're seeing, we're watching old James Thorndike back here in 9th, having a tremendous night. He's doing very, very well. As right now, Delonte Ballard, he's right there side by side, battling it out with the 13. Got Nate Trito behind him. Those guys, man, hey, they still say, hey, look, don't forget about us. We still got a battle. We want to get up front and have a good finish and win, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys right now still in the top 10, obviously, that want a good finish. You just talked about it. Jason Van Cleek running in 11th in that 22 car. Nick Hunt pulling it, that 00 Phoenix Society machine up in the top 10 as well. And you just said it, James Thorndike currently running 9th. These guys been there all season long, maybe not had the success that some of them wanted to have this season, but good, respectable runs tonight to close out the season, and just looking forward to continuing to move forward. I mean, you can't say enough about a lot of these guys this season. The commitment level by all the drivers. We've seen a lot of the same names week in and week out. Some have come, some have gone, but a lot of these guys have maintained the same, and these guys put in the effort each and every week, and it's definitely going to show, I think, the longer some of these guys stick around here racing with guys like Jake, it definitely starts to pay off. And who knows, James Thorndike may just be one of those guys currently running 9th right now. He could be a sleeper come next season.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking right here as we saw Nate Trito right there around Justin Gable. Don't know, man, if he wants that 13 to get back up there near him again, because we saw Nate Trito up there kind of coming up and just clip the front of him a little bit of the 13. as he went by and kind of crippled the finger there a little bit, Justin. So, hopefully it won't Justin get up. But right now, a heck of a battle between him and Delonte Ballard here. So, you got the hard charger battling in the 54 machine here, as Jake Nichols has yet to still get around David Shutt up front. They are running down Tyler Ducharme slowly but surely. And old Bobby Cheney's right there just holding in fourth. That's all he's got to do is keep them in his front view mirror.
Yeah, I mean, and right now, too, obviously it takes the bonus point with both of them being out in front away in the lead, with Bobby being just behind them in fourth. So really, Bobby is he's sitting pretty in his position right now, and we're going to come to 26 laps to go this time. Maybe one more pit stop after they're going to have one more stop to go before the end of this race. But whether that stop comes right now, for example, or that comes later, for all intents and purposes, Bobby Cheney just needs a stellar final 25 laps, and the caution is out.
Ooh, caution is out. Now, here you go. Here's where, hate to say it, teammates are going to play favorites here, as Jake Nichols is, unless he gets off pit road, not going to have that advantage. And what did you see on the caution?
The 23 of Jonathan Shipman spun coming out of turn 2 all by himself.
Hate to see that, not having the night he wants. Had a little issue at the beginning of the race here, but let's go back here and see. I want to appreciate all the viewers out there as we're watching him come through the infield. We'll go back one more time to show it from the beginning. But want to appreciate all the viewers as always, man. We're here at the season finale, Homestead Miami Speedway. We're crowning a champ here tonight. ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Folks, Cup Series action here tonight. 3-horse battle out front. You got Bobby Cheney, SRA, came here and loving every minute of it. You're right. Could be 2-tire stop. Strategy, pit strategy, definitely is Jonathan Shipman. He just came out of the turn. Lost it, tried to overcorrect it, couldn't get it. Put her off down into the infield there, so to speak. So, kind of interested to see now what we see. Tires. Nope, 4 tires. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Are you surprised by that?
No.
Oh, and Tyler Ducharme beat him off.
Yes, he did.
Oh, well, here you go. Here's my thing. I got to throw it out to you, Ryan. By that being there, beating him out on pit road like that because David Shutt's the man sitting in third. Now, and Bobby Cheney is right there. So, SRA controls this restart.
Yes, they do. You know the old saying, turnabout is fair play? You remember how at the beginning of the race, how the 73 and 97 were getting really good restarts like that? Well, now you've got the 25 and the 41 in the same position as the 97 and 73 were in earlier. And Tyler Ducharme, you asked me earlier if I felt like he could try to stay out and win, or if he would be a contender to try to win this race. That caution fell at the exact right time for Tyler Ducharme to do that. He won the season opener at Daytona. You know Tyler Ducharme would have no quipes about winning the season finale at Homestead. As long as Bobby Cheney finishes in the top 5, he will be the champion based on the numbers. So that 25 machine, if he can prevent Jake from winning this race and trying to win this championship, he has put himself in the perfect spot to do that with what's going to be just over 30 laps to go for the final segment of this race, with no more pit stops being needed, I might add.
And here we go. This is what we're setting up for here. The thing about it is we have seen Solar Flare, Jake, and all those been very bad fast on the restarts and fast throughout the short runs, and it's been SRA camp better on the longer runs. They have enough time with 30 laps to go. You're right. Cautions do breed cautions. That's another thing Bobby Cheney's got to be in the back of his mind. Also the 71, 73, and the 41 also too. But that's the thing too. The 41 at this point has nothing to lose. He's if I'm him, he's like a lion about to bust out of a cage, because he's got nothing to lose. He's got to go. Bobby Cheney's the man who's probably sitting there, probably the most nervous of all of them, because he has everything to lose at this point. I mean, if this race ended right now, he's a champ, period, point blank. But sitting in fourth, knowing that the 41 and the 73 has to do everything that they got to do, and then the 25, maybe his only saving grace is he's got Delonte Ballard. I mean, he is just surrounded by teammates.
Yeah, I mean, the worst thing that can happen now, and I'm not going to avoid saying this because I don't wish bad luck on anybody, okay? The worst thing that can happen for that 99 is to get spun or anything like that, because there is, and I made a mistake, I said 30 laps. It's going to be 22 laps to go when we take the green here. That is not enough time for that 99 to get back to the field. Not when nobody else has to pit for the rest of the race.
All right, Ryan.
So it's going to be close.
Yep, here we go. Pace car about to take the hard left turn on pit road. We definitely don't want to lose this action right here. Tyler Ducharme is going to take this field, and he gets the start of his life. That 41 gets going. He's got the 54. Jake Nichols does get a good start there, and that's what he needed, because now these guys are going to battle. It is up to them. All 4 or 5 of those cars got off. And like you said, cautions breed cautions. You see Mr. The hard charger back there. He's trying to make it 3 wide.
Yes, he is. Oh, we got a spin. The 97 got into the back of the 13.
Yes, he did, man. That is, well, I guess that's one way of getting rid of the SRA camp.
Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional. I mean, they got close together down the straightaway, and it just looks like the 97 just got into the left rear corner as they entered the turn. They were 3 wide for sure, but it just looks like they came together. They're trying to get into the turn 3.
Yeah, 3 wide. They're going down the back stretch. So watch it right here. Little net code probably involved in it. Ooh, Nick Cunt, boy. Oh, I thought he almost missed it right there. He got in the wall a little bit, but yeah, 3 wide going in that turn usually doesn't work to begin with. Racing deal, nowhere to go. Wow. Well, round 2. What?
Jake Nickel. Oh, okay, it's a fake. I was gonna say,
I
Jake
don't
can't
think.
possibly come to the pits.
There's no way that you come to the pits at this point unless you're way back in the back. Well, round 2 on the restart here. We see Tyler Ducharme. He's killing the engine. I just noticed that. I love that little tattletale thing, man. Tell us what they're doing out there, Ryan. I'm getting goosebumps, folks. I mean, right here, this is what it's about. We're about to crown a champ here in about 20 more laps, less than 20 laps here tonight. Homestead Miami Speedway, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. I got to thank each and every one of the viewers, thank each and every one of the fans, the drivers, the league owners, the admins, and all. And Ryan, got to thank you for being here for the whole entire 15 race season, because it has been one heck of an affair. And tonight it's definitely not over with yet, folks, as SRA, Sim Racing Authority, them guys, Bobby Cheney and company. Bobby Cheney runs that over there. And hey, he's got his own Superman over there of Bobby Lazinski, who is actually a top-notch pro driver. So, imagine if they brought him over here. I mean, holy cow, man. You talk about a stacked, racked field of all-stars there. That would just be, Jake might just have to say, I might have to go back and recruit something.
I don't know if Jake would want to see that, to be honest.
Absolutely
I mean, he's already
not.
got his hands full tonight with these SRA guys. You throw in another pro driver like that, Jake could have about all he can handle, man.
Well, right now, tonight, he's had all he can handle, because it has been nothing but the SRA show. Now, I'm not going to take anything away from our Superman, Jake Nichols, in the number 73 machine, because he's done everything he can do. Lead the lowest laps, been out front, led, trying to win this race battle, tooth and nail, claw, scratching anything he can get a hold of up front. But the problem is Bobby Cheney. We call him Mr. Consistency. He coined that phrase, man, at the beginning of the season. Actually, last season, if I'm not mistaken. And he has lived up to it. He has been dead on consistent. And he is almost, folks, he is about a little over 15 laps to becoming this season's Extreme Motorsports 99.com champion here in the Cup Series, and taking that trophy and saying, we going back over to SRA and and show it off over there at the SRA campus. Say we went to Extreme and we won, guys. And I know Jake doesn't want that to happen, but right now he's done everything he can do, Ryan, to prevent it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, once again, he's going to have the same issue as the last restart. The 41 of David Shutt's going to be hoping to get a better restart than he did last time to try to get himself, excuse me, into that second spot.
How you getting tired, man, with this action?
I'm not tired. It's been a long day. I just get winded. I winded myself talking. No, the 41's going to want to get a better restart than he got last time to try to stay to the inside of Jake, because while it does help both the 41 and the 99, well, not so much the 41, but the 99 to have the 25 out in front, David Shutt knows, I still need to win this race. I still need Bobby Cheney to have a problem, and I still have to beat Jake Nichols now by at least 2 positions to beat him in the points. So there's a lot that still can happen here with less than coming to what's going to be just about over 15 laps to go. You know, there's still a lot of scenarios that can still happen in this race, and it's like we said earlier, it could come down to the final lap. Jake could be in second place, David could be right behind him, Cheney could be in fourth, and he could spin. And if he spins and gets passed by 3 cars before they cross the line, the championship's not going to that 99 camp.
Absolutely. Well, the pace car's coming out of turn number 4 here, Ryan, about to send these monster machines a flying, hopefully for the last time tonight. Tyler Ducharme hammers to the gears, and there you go. There's your team advantage as old David Shutt got the jump he wanted, and the jump that he might need heading into turn number 1 as he is all side by side with Superman. He takes that spot in second spot, but look at the 73 power on the outside, or actually power on the tail end of him. Now, here's the problem. Does he got enough to get on the inside here and get around the 41? Them two are just going to battle it out. That's all it is to it.
Yeah, they are. It's going to be between the 41 right now and the 73, as the 73 is going to get to the inside of David Shutt as they come out of turn 4. Bobby Cheney is still right behind them, hanging on to the championship lead, and Tyler Ducharme's looking to set sail, take off out in front and say, hey, Jake, if you want the championship, you still got to get around me, pal.
Absolutely right there. And even though if he does get around him, it is all or not, maybe as long as Bobby Cheney keeps going. We have still got 15 laps to go here, folks, to settle the score here to make a champion tonight at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Right now, SRA is the camp out there. Jake Nichols is the lone solar flare, but he's got his teammate there. Nate Trito is trying everything he possibly can do to hard charge his way to the front to get up there and say, hey, Jake, hang on, man. I'm trying to get up there to help you out just a little bit. Ryan, closing laps here. The door is slowly closing on Jake Nichols and company.
Yes, it is. It's less than 15 laps to go, coming to 14 to go this time. Jake Nichols running second, Tyler Ducharme out in front, David Shutt all over the back of that 73 machine as they come through turns 3 and 4, and Bobby Cheney still in the prime position he needs to be in to try to win this championship, currently running in the 4th spot with his teammate Delonte Bauer behind him in 5th. So these guys are just doing everything they have to. Jake stuck in a SRA Motorsports sandwich, and Bobby Cheney content to be stuck in his position, given the fact that in just 13 laps to go this time by, he very well could be crowned the ExtremeMotorsports99.com Season 4 champion.
Absolutely right here. 12 laps to go. Jake Nichols driving the wheels off of that car, something we don't see a lot of. He is in a fight for his life to try to retain. He is the defending champion right now, and he is trying to come out of here of Homestead, the champ again. But right now, that door, like we said, man, the light is slowly but surely getting turned off on him as the laps wind down here. As 12 to go, will be 11 this time by. Tyler Ducharme out front. He's sitting second. The problem is that 41 is all over the tire tracks. That's a 73. Bobby Cheney is right there. You said it, Ryan. Prime position. He is looking like, hey, I want to be a champ and I want to bring my team with me here. SRA Sim Racing Authority.
Yes, he does. And I mean, obviously, you know, SRA Motorsports would love to also win the race, whether it's Bobby Cheney or not. They would love to have both of those things so that it's the SRA camp out there celebrating at the end with, and I don't mean to say this like they want Jake to feel bad, but they would love to disappoint the SRA or the Solar Flare Racing team and have it be an SRA affair in Victory Lane tonight.
Well, you better believe it. Well, even with one way or another, if the championship comes home to them, it definitely will be. There'll be a celebration like no other. Cautions on the speedway with 10 to go.
Yeah, and it's a bit. We got a spinner in turn 1 and 2. It looks like Jason Van Cleek might have gotten some help from the 29 as they went into turn 1.
Okay, well, let's go back and watch that on the replay there. This is, well, here we go. That's all I got to say is this is definitely the, this is not what probably some of them up front wanted to see. So we're riding along here with the 42. Ooh, my bad, that's actually was,
If I said the 42, I meant to say 22. That's my bad.
yeah, I was on the wrong one.
I'm sorry. That was my bad.
No problem. Well, let's go back here. Jason Van Cleek here. Yeah, I was on Jeffrey Creek. Okay, yep. So the 22 and the 29 right there. I think the 22 might have just got a little loose, and they just got together watching the replay here again. Just show all the viewers out here what happened. Oh, yeah, they just got into each other. Just one of them racing things, man. Unfortunate. Oh, and man, Justin Gable had nowhere to go. Hard hit right into him. So,
Oh my gosh.
oh, they came down in the pits?
Everybody came except the 73, the 54, and 97. The 99 couldn't turn fast enough before having to commit to coming in.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Well,
You remember how we said it wasn't over till it was over?
well, pretty much about the only thing I'd say that you could do at this point is splash and gas and get off pit road. Or actually, you might as well just get 4 tires.
Everybody that pitted took 4.
Wow. Well, folks, I'm not going to say it, but we're only going to have about 7 laps to go. Jake Nichols is going to be up there up front. Bobby Cheney's 12th. He's got to finish this race in 5th or better. I hate to say it like this, but he might have just thrown a championship away.
And I don't even think he meant to. Every one of those SRA guys were committed to pitting up until the last second when Jake stayed out, and that forced the 54 to have to work his way out. Bobby, I don't think, saw it. It was just too late. And that's going to put Bobby Cheney in 10th on the restart. Now, everybody, Tyler Ducharme on back has 4 fresh tires. This is the championship scenario. If there's no incident points for the 73 and 99 so far, I know that much. So, given that, the 73 is still going to have a 2-point advantage. That's 7 spots, leading the race. So, to tie in points, Bobby Cheney has to get up to the 7th position to tie if Jake Nichols wins, at which point the championship would still be Jake Nichols. The 99 has to finish 6th or better to win the championship.
Well, Tyler, you came in at the right time, my friend, because right here, a big mess up. I'm going to say mess up. The 99 was running up there, has been running up there. Caution here, they went in and got 4 tires, couldn't get turned in time before committed, and went down pit road. Right now he's sitting in 10th. He has to be 6th or better. I almost said say 5th or better just to be safe. You better believe now Bobby Cheney's just going to say it's all or not, going to run the wheels off of it, because everybody in front of him is sitting on older tires.
Yeah. The best thing that can happen now, and I would imagine that if it means the championship, they're going to do it. I'd hate to say it's going to be almost like team orders, but Bobby, as I said, has to finish 6th or better. With all those cars on older tires in front of him, it is possible to get by that number of cars. But given the fact that his 2 teammates are also there to his left and in front of him, he's going to have to get by them too. So will the 25 and 41 give him room so that he can get by and finish 6th?
Well,
if he can get there.
Ryan, we're about to find out, because we're going to have
And if the caution comes out after the green flag, it's over.
Oh, that's another scenario we got to throw out there. We ain't even said that yet. Yeah, caution comes out when the green flag goes. It's over with, folks. And, oh, man, I tell you, you want to talk about one happy guy would come out of here would be Jake Nichols. As of right now, yeah, well, here we go. That's all I'm
crazy.
saying. Here we go. Pace cars going to take that hard left turn, I think, for the final time tonight. It's going to send these monster machines a-flying. Jake Nichols puts a hammer down. We're going to ride with a 99, folks, here, because that is where the action is. He is currently in ninth, and right now is going to try to be a madman heading to the front, and that is not what they wanted to see. David Shutt, his teammate, got into the 41 or the 88, and the caution's out.
It ain't over. Is the question.
Nope. It will not.
It's going to be one lap, isn't it?
One lap shootout.
Oh,
but that is not what we wanted to see right there. We saw it live. The 41 got into the 88. Oh, man.
I don't know if my heart can take it, Joe.
I know, boy, the suspense right now, because he's in 8th spot. He only needs 3 more. He was coming to the front. Folks, let me tell you what. Oh, this is drama at the best, because the 73 knows I still got to win this race. And boy, I know Bobby Cheney's probably in the team chat right now. What in the world are you doing? Hello, no way, no how. Don't do this. You know, I need at least, folks, 2 spots. 2's all I need to come out of here. Oh, it ain't over with, Evan. We're going to go. I don't think it's over.
No, I don't think. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I think because it was still 5 laps, because it was lap 145, I think it is not over.
Well, Ryan, if the lights on that pace car goes out this next time, we definitely know it's not over.
Exactly. And the only... To put it simply, if Jake Nichols... Oh, Jake is going to need to have the restart of his life. Yes, sir.
I got no words. Bobby Cheney had this championship, and one miscue on a pit, man, with about... you want to talk about drama. 2 races ago, Jake Nichols gets involved in a wreck, 15 to go, puts him in a hole, has to battle for his life here coming in at Homestead. Bobby Cheney's doing everything. Miscue on pit road here with 10 laps to go. And then his teammate gets into the 88, and the caution comes out. Could have almost just ended it right there. Oh,
and just to be clear for everyone sitting at home, the points differential is 1 right now. 1 point.
How you know that?
1 point is the difference, because neither one have any incident points. So that awards 1 bonus point to both cars. Jake was 9 points behind at the start. 2 extra bonus points over the 99 puts him 7 points back. So with the 88 with the 99 running in 8th spot, as long as the 99 has to finish 6th to win the championship, he can tie at 7 and is 1 point behind in 8th spot. That is how close this championship has come down to. With what is the lights, are they off?
If they go off this time by, we got a shootout.
I think they might go out. With the way they're lining up, it is going to... They're doubling up
We're
already.
going to have a green, white checker. Won't matter if a caution
white
comes
checker,
out.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Won't matter if the caution comes out. Boy, man, my heart rate is just beating up here, because I would have never dreamed of the drama that's about to happen here. Bobby Cheney sitting in 8th spot, folks. He has got. We're saying 2 positions. We're saying 2. I'm saying 3 at the least to be definitely sure.
Oh yeah.
He's going to have
top 5 to be safe.
Yeah, top 5 to be. We know Jake Nichols in the catbird seat. He's going to hammer down and go. Thing about it is, Bobby Cheney's going to have to get the start of his light and got to get past those other 2. Woo!
Yeah, it's, oh man.
Lights off, folks. Here we go. This time by, when they drop the hammer down here, the white flag will fly for Jake Nichols out front. And, folks, you better believe it. The 99 machine, he's sitting on the top side there. He's going to put it through the wind and go like no other. And,
I will say this, Joe.
I'm shaking at this point, man.
Because this is your show, you are OSR Network, I'm going to let you call the final lap. I'm going to do everything I can to shut the hell up and just sit here and try to just be here for you.
We're going to ride with Bobby Chaney because right now I've got so much excitement built right here on me because it's his 2 to 3 positions is what he needs in one lap. You better believe he's going to run it. That pace car, folks, you wanted it, we got it. I tell you what, if I get calm down here because that pace car is coming around turn number 4. It's going to take that hard.
I have one final question. Are you ready?
Oh, we ready. You better believe it. Pace car is in, and they're going to throw the hammer down. The monster machines go. Oh, Nate Trijo spins the tire. So does the 3. The 3 blocks. And well, let me tell you what. The 3 blocked Bobby Chaney. And that's not going to sit well because that's going to do it right there for the hopes of him. He had the run on the 3, and Richie Evans threw a block. Well, 99 on the last. 99 on the last turn. He's in 5th place at this point. He is holding on to that thing. He is sitting in 5th place. Jake Nichols is going to win this race, but Bobby Chaney is going to come around here. Folks, coming out to the last lap here. Bobby Chaney finishes 5th. We're going to get the
wall.
Yeah, well, actually it's saying he finished. Did he finish 5th or 6th?
Bobby finished 5th, but he did hit the wall and may have gotten into the back of the 3. Will penalty points come into effect?
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing we're going to check here. As of right now, Jake Nichols is the winner, folks.
Wow.
Let me get my composure back because we're going back on the replay and show you that last lap one time again here because here's the thing. Welcome to ExtremeMotorsports99.com Cup Series, Richie Evans, but you did a move that you might regret coming next season. He blatantly blocked the 99. We're going to watch the replay right here. Oh, he blocked the 99. I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to candy coat it like a.
Really
he spun them.
Though, in that 3 car.
He did, but watch him.
He moved. Blocking or trying to catch it.
Watch. He moves to the right there. Moves it to the right, then the left, and hits him. That's just plain out. He knew Bobby Chaney had that run. It might be all for naught, but that might have been the penalty point needed to hurt him, but we're going to have to see as we're reliving this last lap here as Bobby Chaney is flying through here. Now the winner of the race, obviously Jake Nichols, but we're seeing the 3 gets in the back of Tyler Ducharme, and I mean just runs him over. Bobby Chaney barely hits the wall right there. He just drove the wheels off of it.
And I'm actually listening to in the race chat right now, waiting for official word, as we have the 73 and the 97 are celebrating the win. I am waiting for the confirmation, possibly to come over the chat for if the 99 is the champion. Finishing line, he's done enough.
He's done enough finishing wise.
But will the penalty points, if enough were awarded to the 99, will that be enough to have Jake win the championship?
Well, here's the scenario.
And if it goes to a tie, 73 would win the tiebreaker.
Here's the thing, real too. I don't know what Richie Evans. Here's the thing. I don't know what Richie Evans was doing on the last lap. I usually stay unbiased, folks, and I stay out of it, but that was a plain block. Plain and simple. Spun the tires. He had it checked, and then he yanked it to the right as Bobby Chaney was coming, because Bobby would have passed him clear as day. And then he hits Tyler Ducharme, which is the other SRA guy. So, not cool. But nonetheless, folks, you wanted drama, excitement, man, we got it. I do not know. We don't have an official word as of right now if Bobby Chaney has walked out of here the champ, but who the champ is. Whew, I just got to get settled down a minute, Ryan. We do know Congratulations to Jake Nichols. He's done everything he needed to do. Superman winning in 73 is the winner tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. But folks, I just cannot believe what we just saw. Wow.
Yeah, that was the most exciting finish I think we could have asked for, but I'm eagerly anticipating the word coming over. These guys, there's got to be smoke coming out of the ears of all the admins here as they're trying to calculate who the champion is going to be. Official word has not yet come over the radio.
You got to be smoke coming out of the ears of probably SRA and probably Mike down there in Alliance Motorsports as wow, we you know, I don't know what to say. Ew. Cameron Hearn, he's out there stirring the pot, ain't he?
Yeah.
And look at Jake Nichols.
It's important to remember the 67 is a teammate of the 3.
Look at Jake Nichols.
Alan Kolwicki, anybody?
Well, he's just out there riding around in circles going, please, guys, just tell me that I'm the champ or something. What is the deal here?
Yeah, it is. Bobby Chaney about has to be sick to his stomach right now, waiting for the answer. Not so much.
I'm about sick to my stomach, man, waiting for the answer here.
Yeah.
Wow. And you know what's happening is they're calculating the points, calculating if there's any incidents, calculating it. Because, folks, if worst case scenario is coming to a tie, then obviously we know who breaks the tiebreaker. That's Jake Nichols. And still a blow there. And if Bobby Chaney doesn't come out of here champ, I'm glad you get to interview him.
Is that how we're going to do it? I'm going to do the third and second and then second place in points? Okay. Did we want to interview David Shutt at all, being that he was also in contention? That's up to you, I guess.
Sure. We can bring David Shutt.
I say we do the top 3 finishers.
Well, I'm talking about we always do our 1, 2, 3 winners, and obviously Bobby Chaney, was there. But obviously, yes, we're going to interview our top guys and the points nonetheless. Well, here's the scenario, folks. Jake Nichols obviously did everything he could to win the race. We're waiting for official confirmation on it because, boy, that was one wild finish there. Bobby Chaney was sitting, and a little bit of controversy, wrecking and racing and rubbing and everything else. You gotta love it. As well, tonight's winner, though, is Jake Nichols. We know that, but we don't know if he is the champ yet, and we're waiting for confirmation from the admins. That's why we're just kind of sitting here. And man, that finish, I could have never. Let me bring you up to speed. 10 laps to go. Caution comes out. Bobby Chaney and David Shutt head to pit road. Don't think it was intentional, but by the time they realized nobody else was coming, they couldn't get off pit road. They were committed. They had to start back at 10th spot with 10 to go. Then David Shutt gets in the side of the 88. The caution comes out with 5 to go. We have a green-white checker. Bobby Chaney's coming up through there, and I'm going to just say it like it is. And number 3, man, threw a block as a block could be, going up through there. And then just got in the back end of Tyler Ducharme, the other SRA camp guy. And Bobby Chaney finished 5th. But we don't know if he got a penalty point. Now, here's the thing, Ryan. He didn't have any penalty. He's got to get 6 X's, okay?
Exactly.
So we're saying
and he did rub the wall on the final lap. That was my only other thing.
So, yeah, so I mean, we're sitting here saying that. I mean, even if the bump would have cost 4, that's not enough for a penalty point. So if we take the penalty point out of the question, because that's really probably what we're looking at right now.
Yes, sir.
He's won the championship, I believe.
Yeah, if the penalty point is taken out, even with the 2 bonus points that Jake got for leading the most laps and winning, or not for winning, but leading a lap and leading the most, and even if he has one for no incidents, which I believe he also has, so that's 3 bonus points. I can hear Bobby in the race chat waiting.
That folks, we're waiting. I'm sorry that it's what it's looking like is right now. Is what we're waiting for is confirmation on who our champion is, because it is that close. It is that close. So folks, please bear with us. We know that man right there, Jake Nichols, the winner tonight, and they got Matthew Wazenbach up there. So they got Matthew Wazenbach up there in the admin, and he's the guy to take care of the points. And he's going to be calculated, so we should know here shortly. Boy, I'm getting goosebumps, Ryan, on who's going to be this champ. Because man, woo.
Yeah, we're getting ready. One of these two. It's funny, the showdown right now. If you look at one end of the. Okay, I just heard from Matt Walzenbach through the race chat. They are reviewing the finish, and that is what is the delay right now. They're reviewing everything. But I was gonna say the 73 on one end of the track, the 99 on the other end, the face-off. Who's gonna be the one to get to do the victory burnouts for this championship?
Here's the thing: they could be reviewing the fact of if they vie that the move that Richie Evans did was intentional, and that there is a penalty point there. They can take that away because it wouldn't have been there to begin with. Follow me on that? So
I suppose, and also though, the only other thing I would question is the move by the 25. When he went to the bottom of the racetrack like that, yes, the 3 did get into the back of him and they did spin. But that was a block by the 25.
Yep.
Would that come into consideration that the 25 not just held up the 3, but held up the 00? Thus handing 3 spots to Bobby Chaney in the final corner.
Y'all fair and love and war when it comes to that right there.
I suppose, yes. I'm just saying, is that what they could possibly be reviewing? And could that one thing determine this championship?
Well, positions is positions, and man, I tell you what, this is oof.
Yeah, but they are definitely working on it. Don Kidder has poked me and said it would be just a moment, that they are still working on it, so I do expect an answer here shortly.
Wow.
Did we want to interview somebody while we wait, or did we want to just wait until we have official confirmation?
Well, we definitely bring Delonte Ballard up here. As a matter of fact, let's bring Nate Trito and Delonte Ballard. Well, we know they're not, but they were second, third in the win, or in the race. We don't want to take away from that. So let's bring up them, bring them in a staging room. We'll go ahead and get a talk with the third and the second place, which I believe is the second place man was Delonte Ballard, and the third place man, Nate Trito.
All right, I will pull Nate Trito up first. Nate Trito, this is Ryan Daniels in the OSR Network booth. Do you have a copy?
10-4.
Well, man, he had a good run up there tonight. We are still awaiting confirmation on who the champion is going to be, but you and that 97 team did a heck of a job, not just tonight, but throughout the entire season. How does it feel to bring that 97 home in third tonight?
Oh, man. Tonight was just up and down. Qualified good. I was kind of amazed by that. Car is definitely really... It was tight. It was really pushed loose and wore out the right rear really hard. Was definitely harder to handle. I definitely didn't have the long run speed. I pushed too soon, or too hard too soon, but it's just trying to help out my teammate as much as I could, and can't really do nothing. There was a time where I fell back to like 7th or something, and then had some net code there with Gable when we were 3 wide, and can't really do nothing about that. And after that, I thought it was over, but somehow managed to come back, and taking out all those guys on pit road really helped us out with track position, so just had to ride right there till the end.
Well, you definitely showed a lot of strength tonight, showed a lot of strength throughout the season. Was there what you take away from tonight? Do you believe you had the season you wanted? I know you wanted to win the championship and be in a lot of further contention than you were tonight, but do you feel that the season was definitely successful for you in that whole 97 Solar Flare team?
Oh, it was successful. Should have won here and there, but coulda, woulda. Not gonna, I'm not gonna hang my head about it. Barricade Flasher Service, Forbes Fusion, had beat all season. Oh man, just had some stuff take me away from the chase races. You know, there are certain things that are more important to me. Uh, they just came first on those certain nights and took me out of contention for the chase, but that still didn't make me want to not race, and I still enjoy it and had fun. I'm happy with the season I had.
All right, well, we definitely respect the decision to take care of what was definitely more important outside of the racing first, and we just want to congratulate you on finishing third here tonight, and congrats on what was a very, very good season for you and that whole 97 team. Before we let you go, is there any final people you want to thank before we let you go and prepare for start getting ready for next season?
Extreme 99 for putting on these races. You guys for broadcasting, great broadcasting. All the guys at Solar Flare for all their support throughout the season.
All right, man. Well, we thank you for talking with us, and we hope to catch up with you very soon.
Yep, thank you very much.
No problem at all.
All right, Ryan, let's bring up the man who finished the second spot tonight here. That'd be Delonte Ballard right down there.
Delonte Ballard, this is Ryan Daniels up in the OSR Network booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Ron.
Well, Delonte, you had a good run tonight. You finished second. Came up a little bit short when it came to being in the hunt for the championship later in the season, but definitely a good season by you and that whole 54 team. How do you feel about bringing it home second here this evening?
I can't complain. Of course, I wanted to go out there and try to end out the season with a win since I knew I wasn't going to be in the championship battle. But Jake, he's just one. He's too consistent. You know, he runs out here fast. I think I could have possibly did it on a longer run, but I was too far back from the mistake that I had on pit road. So kind of messed that up back in early, but about 25 to go. So all in all, I guess it was a good race. I was fighting a loose car off of 4, but kind of figured it out and later on in the run. And by that time, it was too late and laps were winding down, so I couldn't really show what I had there.
Well, you definitely put in a very strong run in that number 54 OSR Network machine, which me and Joe both want to thank you for representing us tonight in that car. What would you say for you personally was the toughest part of the race as a whole?
The toughest part of this race here was just keeping it from spinning. I mean, it was, you go on the 3 and, you know, of course you're going to wash up the track and like you normally do. And right there at the edge of the exit, the back end steps out. It's like the back end gets like light, and then you're getting sideways. I did it twice this race, I think. I almost spun it down to the inside wall, but we held on to it. And, you know, just how this track is, it's just loose on the exit on both ends of the racetrack. And you just gotta really know what you're doing to be fast.
All right, well, thank you for your insight there, and just before we let you go and start preparing for next season, is there anybody out there you want to thank, Delonte Ballard?
Of course, I want to thank y'all for putting on, you know, the viewing here and allowing me to put y'all's name on the hood and the side of this car.
I want to thank you for that too.
No problem. Of course, thank Rick Donovan for putting on such a great league. Guys here are very competitive, nice, hard racing, but very clean. I want to thank my guys back at Slip Angle Motorsports. I think a couple of them are watching. Of course, my Extreme 99 teammates, the SRA guys here. I know Cal Putz is out there in the chat. He's watching. Zelensky got his first impasse win Tuesday night. I think he's watching. You know, just thank everybody that pushes me to, you know, to try to become a little bit faster, even though I pretty much gave up on everything on iRacing. I just race league races, but still those guys that, you know, push me to try to improve my racecraft. You know, I want to thank those guys.
All right, well, we definitely thank you for coming up here and talking with us, and we look forward to seeing you next season, and thank you for coming up here and spending some time with us here tonight.
All right, thanks, guys.
No problem.
All right, I tell you what, man, right there, that was a second place man. So we got Rick Donovan up here, so hopefully he's going to break the ice on the suspense on who is the champion tonight, because that was one heck of a finish going on the last lap.
I tell you what, man, that's the tough job about the admins is having to go back and kind of look at each and every single thing that took place, especially on the last lap like that. But it's like Delonte said, these guys are very, very competitive out here, very competitive, and we do have some things we got to talk about. But I tell you what, as you know tonight, I believe Jake Nichols took the win here tonight, getting him, my God, how many wins this season? 5, 6, 7 wins.
I think 7 it was.
7 wins. Fantastic job that he's done. We definitely need to get him up here because your new Cup Series champion will be crowned tonight of Bobby Cheney. So we'll go ahead and get Jake up here, Joe, and then we'll get with Bobby right after that.
All right, sounds good. Well, I'm going to pull Jake Nichols. I'm going to go down to victory lane here because, well, that boy did everything he needed to do, folks, out there. I want to appreciate the viewers still in the chat because, man, we just got the news of who the champ was here. But this kid here, winner tonight, Jake Nichols, Homestead Miami Speedway for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Jake Nichols did everything he had to do, so we're going to go down here and talk with him. Jake Nichols, Joe White in the booth, got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, my friend, we call you the Superman because you do miracle work in that car, and tonight you did everything, and I mean everything you had to do. Win the race, lead the most laps, be out front. I mean, it was an exceptional run here. Congratulations for pulling off the win. How you feel? What a season so far.
Feel disappointed. That's all I can say. Car ran great all night. I finally figured out how to run it on to be fast on long run. It took me 90 laps to figure that out, and then we just had short runs from there on out. But I knew that last caution that we all pitted, I knew that I had to try something, and they all pitted around me, and I knew I was gonna fake. I knew I wasn't pitting that late in the race. I had to do something different, and I did everything. I did more than everything I could, and out of turn 2 I had the championship, and into turn 3 things happened that I can't really explain, and we come out of turn 4 with 2nd place in the championship.
Yeah, well, before I turn it over and have Rick, man, I know he wants to talk to you real quick. Like I said, you did everything you had to do. What was going through your mind when you saw Bobby Cheney at 10 laps to go pit and sitting in 10th? At that point, I knew you had to be thinking, wow, you've got to be kidding.
I was really glad just because I knew he was going to be in the back, or really not in the back, but mid-pack, and I knew that from my experience of Chicagoland that mid-pack is not where it's fun at, because especially when there's guys on older tires, we were almost spinning the tires on clean tires, so I knew for sure that he was going to have a rough time with restarts just because of those guys in front of him on older tires. So I was totally glad when I saw him pit. The moment I hooked it right, I looked immediately at my relative. I was like, where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? And I saw him in the pits. I'm like, we got a chance. We got a chance here. We might not have before. He was like 4th place, I think. And I was like, this is where it comes down to the nitty gritty, and it's going to get really intense. And I just timed the restarts all I could. I didn't even help my teammate on the last one. I didn't even count it down for him because I just wanted to win. I didn't want anyone anywhere near me. And I did all I could. I'm happy about that. At least I won the race, and I tried. That was my 9th. I wish I didn't get wrecked at Chicago. Maybe I could have tied my record from last season, but sometimes you can't avoid accidents, and Chicago and Bristol we couldn't. But either way, fun season. I love the competition. I love racing against people. Still dejected to not win the championship, especially that close, and how things went down on the last lap. Kind of takes some enjoyment out of it, but we just got to push forward for next season and be better so we don't put ourselves in that position.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, Rick Donovan's here, and he has followed the whole season here, and you're right. Yeah, I could tell the rejection a little bit there in your voice, Jake, because you did do everything. But like I've said, an extreme battle, a heck of an exciting battle for the championship between you, Solar Flare Racing, and SRA there. So, Rick, I'll turn it over to you with Jake.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, Jake, I wanted to come up and congratulate you tonight on the win here. 7 wins this season. I want to tell you something, young man. You have nothing to hold your head down. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You have nothing to be disappointed about. You ran a strong race all season. You've got a fan base out here. Evan Potter just keeps chatting on this thing and saying, hey, please let Jake know that I want to congratulate him and tell him he done a good job. So, Evan, he's dying for you to give him a shout out there, Jake.
Thanks, Evan. Everyone that supports the league, and especially my teammates and myself, it's cool to have a fan base. It's cool to have people cheering you on. So thank you to each and every one of you that tunes in every week. Even if you just tune in for one race, it still means a lot to know that people are out there enjoying the races and watching. So thank you. Joe mentioned just now about the team thing. It was fun having a team battle. We were a little outnumbered. That kind of hurt in the situations, like especially today. It was 5 against 2, mostly 5 against 1 once Nate fell back, and it's hard. It takes out a lot out of you when you got to worry about 5 people on the same team, and it definitely took a lot out of me there, trying to just put myself in certain positions to be ahead. But either way, it's fun to race. I love racing. Iracing gives us a great sim to race on, and you guys have a great league here, and it just adds up to some fun racing and really lots of enjoyment. So again, thanks to the fans. Couldn't do it without the fans and people watching. So thanks to them. Thanks for Joe and Ryan for doing these broadcasts every week. Thanks to all the competitors for showing up. I was really happy having a decent sized field compared to last week, because I knew that if Cheney or Bobby or Shutt made a mistake, that it would actually mean a lot more than just last week. I think we had 15 or 19. I can't remember what the number was, but it was a lot lower than normal. So I knew this week if one of them made a mistake, even myself making a mistake, it'd mean a lot more than previous weeks. So it was fun to just go hard and push myself to a limit that I don't always push myself to. But yeah, thanks to everybody that helps put these races on.
Jake, I think you've done a wonderful job this year, this season. You did a great job the season before that. You're just you're a class act, buddy. You're first
Thank
class, very professional. And I'm also seeing that over here in the YouTube channel. And again, I want to say thank you to everybody out there tunes in each week. But yeah, we're glad to have you here. And like I told you one time before, Jake, I'm working on some things and trying to get the competition built here in this Cup Series. And with competition, there are some things that sometimes unfortunately are going to happen, and sometimes we come up short on things in life, you know. Hey,
failure pushes you to be better.
That's right.
We're going to be better next season.
And that works in a circle, you know. You know you've got things to work on next season. Of course, you just said it a while ago. Got to bring some more team involvement there, some more guys on your team. We as admins over the Cup Series, we got some things to work on to watch on some teams and watch for things that are happening out there on the track as well. I think we're reaching to a point where it's about time to start creating a team championship. So that way it's hard to penalize some folks out there in some ways and then penalize a team in some ways, I guess you could say. But lots of things coming. But I wanted to say, I wanted to congratulate you and tell you what a good season you had this season, and look forward to next season.
Thank you, Rick.
Well, with that said, Jake, then the last thought here is you're still the Superman here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Either way, again, congratulations for the win here at Homestead and a thrilling season once again. Like I said, love the competition, love all the comments. And man, hey, like Rick said, you're not coming out here with your head hanging down. You got a lot to be proud of. You did everything you could do. So, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Congrats, Jake. You did good, buddy.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right, well, we are going to take it because I tell you what, a guy that's probably dead exhausted of suspense and waiting and just the emotions of coming in here. At the beginning of the season, he unpacked with his team from SRA, Sim Racing Authority. He came over here to ExtremeMotorsports99.com with one thing and one thing only. That is to dethrone the Superman that they call Jake Nichols. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, he did just that. And did it, boy, in an exciting fashion. The champion for ExtremeMotorsports99.com, Bobby Cheney in the Cup Series. Bobby Cheney's Joe White in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
I tell you what, I'm going to say that one time so everybody can hear it. The champ has arrived at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. You set out on a journey 15 races ago with SRA. You unloaded your trucks here at Extreme and you said, boys, we got one mission and one mission only. That's become a champ, to dethrone the man they call Superman. And you have done it. You did it in an exciting fashion. I know you're exhausted after this race, but your teammates around you, what an extreme, awesome thing. The viewers out here loved each and every minute of it. So my friend, how do you feel? How's your race? And how's it feel to be the champ?
It feels great to be the champ. I mean, that's my ultimate goal. I know, myself personally, I can't beat Jake Nichols on speed. So I have to try to just be consistent, finish top 5, take advantage when he messes up, which is he doesn't mess up, but if something, somebody other is doing, he gets caught up in, that's when I gotta pounce, because I can't beat him on speed. That's just a fact. But once the chase started, that's where I kick in, because that's, like I told you before, I'm here to win championships. You always remember me as a champ, not race winner. They can have the wins.
Well, you said that. We recap. At the first of the chase, you came out a storm and out the gate. You won at Talladega. You put yourself out front. The second one, you finished second behind Jake Nichols. You talk about, we call you Mr. Consistency, Bobby Cheney. And for one reason is what I'm talking about here, because by race 3, Jake Nichols, he ran into extreme trouble, race 3 of the chase, and again, you finished second place. Going third, you again finished in the top 10, I think it was around 6th place, and tonight, man, what a thriller on the last lap there. I gotta ask though, what was going through your mind with 10 laps to go, 5 laps to go even after your teammate got involved in that wreck, knowing that you were sitting in 10th and 8th spot?
Well, it started when we pitted there. I really wanted to stay out, and then I was like, man, I got to pit. And then once I went out there, I saw the carts staying out. I knew, Jake made the right call. I just had to get through the traffic. I knew I had to be in at least 6th place on up, at least, I'm just assuming the whole week that he's going to win the race. So I'm trying to figure out what I need to do. And 6th place, I think, on up was a kind of a little bit of a safe zone for me. So I was just trying to get through them restarts. I knew them guys on old tires were going to spin them, because I was spinning them on fresh. And it was just a matter of, guessing where they were going to go, and they spun them. And I know on that last restart, the guy spun in front of me and just killed me. And I was like, man, there goes that, that bonus point. But, I just tried to, I didn't panic. Just held on, hoping these guys, I knew they were going to be a lot slower, and then they all died going into 3, and I just stayed in it because I was afraid somebody's going to overcorrect and come up, so I stayed in it, and you saw me drive right in a wall. But, it is what it is.
Well, man, I tell you, for a guy that just won a championship in an exciting way, you're really calm, and I love the sportsmanship that you bring here, and you bring over here to ExtremeMotorsports99.com. It's very appreciative. I know Rick Donovan here, and we'll let him talk to you. He appreciates that, all the drivers do, and Jake Nichols, even though as ejected as he is, he loved the competition that you brought here from the SRA stable. I mean, you guys just unpacked cars and came here. I call you Mr. Consistency, David Shutt, the Nightmare, and the showstopper, Delonte Ballard, and y'all do not disappoint. But as I hand this thing over here to Rick to talk to you, again, I'm going to say one thing. Congratulations, champ. You're going to take the title back to SRA from ExtremeMotorsports99.com, because you are the champion this season for the Cup Series.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll tell you what, Bobby, as the league owner, I definitely want to say congratulations to the new champion here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com in our Cup Series. I tell you, you drove a really great season this season, being consistent. And you're a fast driver. You're very, very fast. But I tell you, you were so consistent this season, and finishing up there in the top 5s and the top, I believe, top 8s most of the time. I believe he had probably 8, 9, 10 top 10s this season. Just the consistency itself. So I mean, that's hard for a driver by itself. But I tell you what, exciting finish there. Lots of things happening on that last lap. What was going through your mind before that restart?
I get through the guys spinning the tires. That was the biggest concern for me, because I knew they were going to spin them. And you know, you got to guess where they're going to spin. And like I said, that the one guy in front of me, I don't know who it was, he spun him, and I tried to get around him, and then I think he got into me. But once he hit me, I thought, you know, it's over. You know, good. You know, Jake won it. Good job, Jake. You know, he did what he had to do, and then, like I said, we got through turn 2, and I passed a couple more cars because they were wrecking or whatever, spinning tires, and we got into 3, and they all just seemed to die. So I just stayed in it, man. I just, you know, put the foot down and pray. That's what I did. And, you know, I guess I got the spot I needed to win. I didn't even know where I was at. I just went in, and I had to use the wall because I thought for sure they were going to come back up.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, you know, they call Jake Nichols the Superman over here. And we got an Austin Roberts over here. Actually got a couple Austin Roberts over in the YouTube channel. And I think we may have came up with a name for you that kind of rings pretty good. And they're all of a sudden calling you Bobby the Batman. Bobby Batman. Chaney. It's got a nice little ring because it sounds like the Batman has grounded the Superman tonight and took that title away. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I like Mr. Consistency better, but I guess you could say, you know, Batman took down Superman tonight. But, you know, like, you know, Jake Nichols, I've known Jake. I mean, I'm not real close to him like, you know, some of these other guys, but I know Jake. He's run in our league, and he's hung out with some of the guys we hang with, and I know he's a great kid, and I think he's a kid, I'm not really sure. And he, you know, he puts the time in. He's really fast, and he's the man to beat for sure. And that's what I live for, is competition like that. You know, it just makes me try even harder when, you know, I don't, you know, I race a couple times a week. That's it. I don't do any practicing or anything. I just show up and go. And Jake Nichols is one of the best for sure, and there's no doubt about that. I mean, the stats speak for themselves, and it was a pleasure to fight for the title against him. For sure, and hopefully we can do it again.
Absolutely. Well, anybody out there you want to thank Bobby before we take you down here and do our post meeting?
I just thank you for putting on a great league. It's well ran and organized, and all the admins. I mean, it, you know, sitting there and watching that and making sure everything is ran clean. It's awesome. The broadcasters that show up every week, you know, they take time out of their real life time to, you know, to do this. And they don't have to, and I gotta appreciate that. Just everybody that puts on these races, and everybody that showed up every week to watch the races, and hopefully cheered me on, or just cheered for good competition. Because I tell you what, they got it. I know I got a shower after this race because I am sweating.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, again, congratulations to you on the championship for this season. And I'm sure you'll be back to defend that title next season. Joe, I'm going to turn it over to you because we definitely got to have a post meeting.
Absolutely. Well, Rick and Bobby, again, Bobby Chaney, congratulations. The champ has arrived at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Bobby Chaney here. The SRA camp has just came over here and brought in authority here at Extreme and has walked out the champ. Rick, real quick, I definitely want to appreciate you for having me and Ryan throughout this whole season here. Well, I know we'll be back next season here calling all the action and whatnot. And it's been a complete pleasure here calling all these races.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, Ryan and Joe, you guys do a phenomenal job here with us. And we look forward to having you guys back over the Cup Series, the Xfinity Series, calling the races out there. I know that the fan base out there is really rooting for some of these guys out here. You know, we gave away some awards, or actually we gave away some fan prizes. We gave a few of those away this season to see how things would work out. We've got some pictures and some photos of some fans out there holding their prizes up. and I really enjoy getting those fans involved. And we're going to be looking to try to do a lot more of that coming next season. And speaking of next season, a lot of people asking, when's the next season start? Well, Joe, Ryan, here's the thing. We've got a lot of things we've got to go over. We got rule books. We got to clarify some things in the rule books. We've got to let our guys that give them a chance to re-sign back up for next season. And then we're going to do probably about a week or two of recruitment. And then we're going to get ready to rock and roll with that new season coming out. But, not going to rush anything. Just want to do everything we can to make sure we got everything right. We got our ducks lined up before we start that new season. But, hey, I'm just as excited as these folks here to get that new season going.
Well, I appreciate it, Rick, again. Everything you do, and all the viewers out there, man, would love it each and every week here. Awesome.
Absolutely. Thanks again, guys, and viewers out there. Thank you so much for tuning in every week here, rooting for these drivers out here, and letting these guys know up in the booth what a great job that they do. We really appreciate you folks out there. You guys are what makes it fun and makes it worth all the big dollars that these guys make up in the booth that we pay them to do the broadcast.
Yeah, we're loaded, folks. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I got a lot of donuts that he sends me.
Well, real quick, too, while you're still here, Rick, and while we're on the air, because I want everybody to know my opinion on this, I do want to thank you, Rick, and Joe, both, again, for giving me the opportunity to come up here this season, because I know at the start of the season, you two were going to be the broadcasters as far as I was understanding, and for the both of you to give me this opportunity to come up here for this season was very meaningful to me, so I want to thank you both for that a lot.
Well, I'll tell you what, being probably the new guy in the booth, Ryan, you've done a phenomenal job, and Joe is just a natural at it. But when I talked to you about getting up in the booth and doing this thing, and you were kind of iffy about it, I'm so glad that you took me up on that, because look at the fans out here that root you guys on. You guys are a team up in this booth, and you work very well with each other. And I tell you, couldn't ask for a better show than what you guys do out there.
Well, again, I just appreciate the opportunity that the both of you gave me, not just you, Rick, but definitely you as well, Joe, for giving me the chance to come up here to work with you. So.
All right, well, folks, I'm going to shoot on down here to the post meeting, and hey, folks, stay tuned. We'll try to get some emails sent out to them, Joe, and let them know when the season's getting ready to kick off.
Absolutely. Well, folks, we're going to get to running results right here. Tonight's winner, Jake Nichols, the Superman. He pulls the win off, but 1 point is what separated him from another championship tonight. Delonte Ballard, the showstopper, one of the SRA camps, finishing second. Nate Trito, the hard charger right there, Solar Flare, finishing third. James Thorndike in fourth. Bobby Cheney, the champ here, he finishes fifth. What he needed, 1 point, folks, 1 point. Wow, Richie Evans right there in sixth. Jonathan Kryptonite Shipman in seventh. Mike Rominger, Mr. Extreme in eighth. Justin Gable, another one there in ninth. Nick Hunt rounds out the top 10.
Yep, Tyler Ducharme after that late race spin's going to bring it home in 11th spot. David Elliott bringing it home in 12th tonight. Matt Wolzenbach rebounding after after an early race incident to the 13th spot. David Shutt going to bring it home 14th. Tommy Amassi in 15th. John Houston in 16th, Jeffrey Creek in 17th, Jason Van Cleek in 18th, Aiden Young in 19th, and Damian Crump rounds out the top 20.
Cameron Hearn right there in 21st, Alan Westman 22nd, Michael R. Muller in 23rd. It rounds out your top field there. Well, we saw drama, we saw excitement, we saw a heck of a race, and crowned the champ tonight. Bobby Cheney and the SRA camp. Jake Nichols did everything he could. And just real quick, yes, I definitely want to not only thank Ryan for everything he does to come up here in the booth, as back in December, it was supposed to be me and Rick. Ryan came up, had the passion to want to be here. Rick said, hey, look, guy wants to be here. What do you think? Sure, bring him up, man. We talked, we got going. Been an awesome duo. But I want to thank the other guys that have actually stepped up when Ryan was out at night, and Cody Tabor and John T. Wimbus. Those two guys, man, stepped up in the booth. Also, Ethan out there who's been up. So just to name a few who has been up here throughout the season, once or twice, definitely want to thank them for their hard work and help. So, with that said, Ryan, got any final thoughts on tonight's race?
I'm just so excited to get ready for next season, man. This has been an absolute privilege to be able to come up here and call some of the races we have. It's been a lot of fun this entire season, start to finish. Can't wait to be able to call both the Xfinity and the Cup divisions next season. I want to thank the fans for watching each and every week, supporting you and I up here. And again, just want to thank Rick Donathan and all the guys at ExtremeMotorsports99.com for being the ones to give me the opportunity, not just to really be the growth part of my racing career on iRacing, but giving me the chance to come up here and work with you in the booth. And couldn't have asked for a better guy to train me to become, what I think we kind of become. We have all the nicknames for the drivers. We're like the dynamic duo up here for OSR Network, so I definitely appreciate it.
Oh, hey, you're RWD and I'm the Joe. There you go.
It's me, it's RWD.
Well, with that note, folks, man, I tell you what, if you didn't get your feel for racing, man, after tonight, I really don't know. But you can relive all the excitement. OSR Network on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. Check it out. Well, like Rick said, this was our finale here tonight. Next week we'll be off, so in the next couple weeks. But you can check us out here at OSR Network. Me, John T. Wimmis, will be back Saturday night. Racing Freaks Cup action again. Then we've got Sunday night K&N, Monday Night Thunder, and also the Birdies Construction Monday night. Next Monday night for truck action, they got the IROX Daytona with some Cadillac machines going to be blistering around that track, and then the Grand National presented by Motor Sim Racing Magazine on Tuesday night. So if you're fearless for some more racing, definitely check it out. We got it here on OSR Network. Until then, and until Extreme Motorsports 99 kicks off again for the next season on Wednesday night next month, May 2017, folks. Until then, me and Ryan W. Daniels will tell everyone here, have a good night, and congratulations again to the champ, Bobby Chaney. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
Drivers, start your reading. Motor Sim Racing Magazine is the first and only magazine dedicated to sim racing. Every month we'll be covering the hot topics around the world of sim racing. So if you're looking to be in the know, go to www.motorsimsracing.com. You will find articles from your favorite drivers, leagues, and other prominent people in the sim racing community. Want an update of your favorite league? We got it. Want to learn the basics on finding a perfect league for you? We got it. Want to know more about how leagues are run? We got it. So remember, when you want to know what's going on in the sim racing world, go to www.motorsimracing.com.